So this right here is just real cheap cardboard. This is the front. This is my fist in the front. It's the cheapest piece of cardboard you could ever find. And they stick a 15-pound piece of resin pieces. It is pretty much all garbage.
Too soon. Way too soon.
I had
over a year ago.
Tony's and Pop's #1 pick.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
It did
You'll
not
see
make
that
the cut.
sometime.
I can't speak for Tony, but it didn't make my cut.
Oh, you finally got a good one?
Pieced together, yeah.
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 I got the trap. That's all I have.
All that's
I had to
left.
pay $80 to send the rest of it back. So,
Well, we made it. This was the harder than I thought it was going to be. Putting these 5 together.
Oh God, yeah.
Definitive 5. But I can't
waited too
imagine
long.
what it was like for you 3, especially. Craig's coming on. He probably had an easier time. That'll be interesting. An interesting 5. Craig's running late. Well, he got stuck at the gym. He was obviously lost. Non-praying man is Steve's coming also, but he's just getting off work. Chuck was going to be here, but he's got a crazy weekend with his kids. You know, playing ball all over town, traveling teams and stuff. There's no way he could be up late and then go do that all day. But while you guys are here, happy Father's Day. You know, all 3 of you guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
It's probably the only time I'll hear it.
Well, the real ones, you know. But it's a I don't know, man. It wasn't easy putting these together, but it was fun digging through, finding what you actually, you know, what I did, at least for me, is like stuff I wouldn't sell. If I wouldn't sell it, it's pretty important to me. But I don't know how you guys feel. What was your kind of criteria for coming through with this stuff?
I mean, mine, it was a lot of stuff. It was how much I liked the movie or series. It was the packaging. It was, I'm going to be that guy. It's how good it looks on the shelf. There's a number of things, but mainly it's the series. Like, I got certain series that are my favorite of all times. And if it comes out with good packaging, whatever, of course it's going to be in the upper echelon of my collection.
Same here.
Trying to pick through those was pretty tough. But I think I have my top 5. I think it's pretty accurate.
Yeah, I kind of go by like same thing. Like if it's a favorite franchise of mine and it came out with a cool collection or something, but a lot, you know, it's going to be that or nostalgia or like cool sets or collection pieces that I got as gifts for my kids or something, or from Jess. And I took forever. I kind of like put this together at the last second. I had a really busy day, and I figured that when the time came to put this together, for some reason in my head, I thought it'd be really easy. And I literally figured this out at the last second, and I had like 15 different things in front of me. I'm like, oh my God, like I forgot about that. I'm like, oh my God, this is impossible. But I think I figured it out.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's like picking your favorite kid. It's more like picking your favorite organ. You know, it's like they're all there and you need them all. You know, so it's a little bit difficult. Tony, what was it like for you to just run this the last few minutes, or do you have this ready for a while? Or?
No, I've been thinking about it, and to me, it's more of a display piece because not all of these are going to be my favorite films, but I do like the way that they look on the shelf.
Yep.
And it's something that the studios and the retailers don't do anymore. So it's really a shame that this is stuff that's happened years ago.
Yeah.
But I do know what I like from other people's collections, so it'd be really nice. It's going to be interesting to see what everybody else has.
I also kind of looked at it as like, I mean, I'm sure obviously it'd be a much bigger stack for this, but I kind of also thought about like what if I had to get rid of everything, what are like the top 5 that I couldn't get rid of that I would keep. Mm-hmm. I kind of base it on that a little bit too. But yeah, it was difficult, but this was a cool idea.
Yeah. Well, we had talked about some other streams that we were going to do before this. And when this came up, Alan was like, "No, let's do that. Let's just forget all that other stuff for now. Let's just do that. That'll be good."
Yeah.
And that's obviously a lot of people were excited about it. So it was a good call.
I'm excited what you guys got too, like what you guys picked.
Yeah, like Tony said, whatever. I think it's going to be more fun seeing what you guys pull than showing what I have.
Right, exactly.
Well, you got 3 hardcore collectors here that have hardcore big collections. And then you got like me and Craig have a more common style, a little lower, and then Steve, who's coming on later, is just out there weird shit. I mean, there's all kinds of insane stuff. So it'll be a good mix, I think, of something for everybody. Yeah. And somebody like me, I'm a lot more budget conscious. Some of these releases are really expensive, and if there's a standard version that's significantly less, believe me, that's the way I'm going to go. So I think it'll be a good mix.
I think there's
Alan,
one thing that would definitely be in this top 5, maybe even the top 3, top 2, is something I never was able to pick up because it was way too much, but I think it's beautiful, and one day I'm going to own it. Is the I think it was Best Buy that initially put it out, but the Infinity Saga collection, like the whole thing from Marvel, it came in that really cool display box, and it had like the first 3 phases, the Infinity Saga, and I think it was like $500 or something, and now it goes for like 2,000 or something.
It sold out really quick.
Of course.
Yeah, I would love to own that.
That's another thing as we're going around. It's not about, hey, I got this, it's really expensive, but people are going to want to know how much was this, and is it still available? Is it still available at a reasonable price? Is it crazy? Is there another option? That, if you want something similar that's newer or whatever. So it's not about like, oh yeah, this is worth $1,000 now. It's worth nothing because I wouldn't sell it, but it's that kind of, hopefully if some people like some of these releases that they know what they go for, and if they can still get them
for a couple minutes. Come on.
Somebody
wants to say hi. Come here, buddy.
Whoa. Big man there.
Why don't you come around the other side, dude?
Is he getting camera shot now?
Come here, quick. Yep.
Everybody in the chat, make sure you say hi.
There he is.
Hi, Dodger. What's going on, man? Uncle Craig will be here in a minute.
The whole world can see you.
Yep.
You're a star.
Yep.
Literally.
Literally a star.
Who's all on right now? We got Dad. We got Brad. Who else we got? Pops and Tony. Greg's coming on soon.
Oh.
Yep. All right. You go watch it. Okay.
Oh.
And leave a comment.
You can't from the TV.
You can from your phone. Yeah.
Alan, you want to catch up with the chat? I'm going to switch internets here. My internet's screwing up here.
All right, let's see here. I might know it's coming to work. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, Chris.
Good to see you. Magic Hands, what's going on?
Hey there.
Oh, and those what's up, guys? Saul Ultimate. Yeah, that wasn't necessary. What's going on, Sydney?
Hey, Tony laughed. Tony was laughing. So that's all.
Anybody else wants to say
Alan's just in the background going, no. Too early.
What's up, Megan? Oh, no. Steve, what's going on? There's Tony in the house. There's people saying, hey, Chris saying happy Father's Day to everybody. Appreciate it, Chris.
Thank you.
Allie, how you doing, dear?
Hey, Allie.
Allie says, great to see you again on the stream, Tommy Star and Dodger Star.
Very happy to be here. It's been too long.
City Eubanks already got a question out there. Name the most overrated and underrated directors. Once you guys ponder on that. Scolder in the house. What's going on, Scolder? Jeff, how you doing, buddy?
Jeff.
Trying to miss anybody here. Hollow Notes is saying hey to Dodger. Everybody saying hey to Dodger. Dodger, hope you're still watching, buddy.
I'm sure he'll be back.
I said we love Dodger.
Well, he's more popular than I am.
Yeah.
I'd have to agree.
We're caught up.
All right, I don't know what this. How's this looking? Is it? It's like the internet's just going like this.
It's a little blurry. Yeah, a little blurry.
Talk amongst yourselves. Let me try one more here.
It's Tony. The one thing you have that I wish I did was more bust. Whatever. I really don't have the room for them. But like the Planet 8 bust is the big one I know. The Predator one, of course.
Yeah.
The one I'm hoping you're willing to me when you pass.
Right.
But
no, they're going to bury that one with me.
But I don't have a lot of stuff like that. Like I said, I'm very happy with my collection. But as far as the really upper echelon collector's pieces, I don't have a lot of those.
Yeah.
They don't really do the bust much these days, do
No, they don't do anything nowadays.
Because I remember, I don't really think I was even much into Blu-ray and stuff when those were coming out, and I, never had the opportunity to even buy them.
Yeah. Well, I already know what I like that Alan has. It's sitting back there on that shelf. That Clint box set. That's one of my favorites that I never was able to get.
Yeah, y'all don't pay attention to that in case it disappears here in a minute. So
I was wondering if that was still going to be there.
I didn't want to be too obvious
when they started. All right, come on, man.
My favorite set, I think, Pops, I know you have it, and Tony, I'm pretty sure you have it too, is the First Blood Steelbook Collector box set thing. Who put that out?
It's a studio release, I believe.
Wasn't that overseas?
The UK.
Yeah.
I got mine from Best Buy.
Did you really?
Are you talking about the Steelbook metal box?
No. Just First Blood, just the first movie.
Oh yeah, that was I got mine from Zavi. That was
the one that's really textured. It's got the steelbook
Yeah.
on the inside of the box.
I wanted that so bad, and I
Yeah,
missed
beautiful.
out.
It's beautiful, man. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of that all metal box with all the Rambo steelbooks.
Oh
on it.
yeah, that's beautiful.
I got that.
It took me 3 times to get one without a dent, and the one I got now still has a small dent.
Yeah, it took me
Everybody
6
had at Best Buy had a
times.
dent. Yeah.
6 times for me to get one.
Those 10 sets are cool. That it is hard to find a good one without damage, but the Batman one, the Avengers one, the Rambo one, they got so many of them. And the Halloween, the trilogy one is really cool.
Yeah, the Hobbit, the Lord of the Rings, they did.
Yep. I got Jess the 4K Game of Thrones collection like that, and she loves that thing.
There's Steve.
Hello.
Hey, bud.
What's going on, guys?
Hey there.
How you doing?
Good, thanks. Sorry I'm running late.
Oh, no worries. Having some technical difficulties there. That's better there. Well, yeah, that's better than it was.
All right.
It's just for whatever reason, all these channels just keep going up and down and up and down. I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Why don't we have Steve go first and let me try and work this thing out?
All right. Let's see. My number 5 is probably gonna be a little bit of a twofer. It's gonna be they were both released pretty much the same time, the same scan. This is like a I can't remember exactly where this is from. Film Arena, 92 of 2000. So it's kind of like a full lenticular slit.
Yeah, that's pretty badass.
Another one on the back there. And then you open it up, you got like your steel book. And it's like some art cards, of course, and like a digibook. And then I also picked this up. This is like a limited, 30th anniversary edition. Thing I like about this is it actually comes with the remastered soundtrack on vinyl. And then it comes with like a cool lenticular print of this cover here.
Yeah, I like that
12
artwork.
by 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that set also.
But I don't know when they actually release. When the Terminator gets a proper release, it'll probably be replaced as my number 5 in my collection. But that's for right now.
Do you mind telling everybody how much you pay for those items?
Let's see. This I found on eBay. It's a region B, but I think they had it region A too. And I think I paid like maybe $80 for this. And then this, I picked up right away. As soon as I seen it online to order. I want to say it was probably like 60 or 70. Goes for probably double that easy now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be my number 5.
Cool.
Gorgeous.
All right. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. My number 5, this is actually not the release. One of these guys I'm sure has it, but it's the MVD release, the Unearthed Classics line of The Untold Story. This is not the release. This is the 88 Films version. The Unearthed Films one is $21.99, still available with the slip. The movie, I love the movie. But the main reason I like it so much is it has the feature length documentary Category 3, The Untold Story of the Hong Kong exploitation cinema scene that went on, in the late 80s, early 90s. I like the movie. I love the documentary. And as far as Cat 3s go, this is the best of them. And I could have I guess I could even put all these Cat 3 88 films together almost in a set. But the Unearthed reason, this one's fine, but it doesn't have that documentary. And the documentary is kind of the big thing for me, the movie and the documentary all in one. But that's just a release I always liked, and that'd be my number 5.
Yes, very good. I like the 88 Films release artwork, though. I do like that.
Yeah, these 88 Films limited editions are, it's Pop Snock approved there. I think there's a booklet. Yeah, there's it's a thicker amaret and a booklet. But once these things go out of print, these limited editions, they're gone and they get really expensive. But there's a nice one for Ricky O and Ebola Syndrome and all the others. That's my number 5.
I like the artwork on those.
Let's see what Tommy's number 5 is.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure that every one of these in my top 5, I've done videos for in the past that'll be a lot more detailed if you guys go on my channel. But this one I got from Jess recently for my birthday. And it's definitely the best packaging this series has ever gotten, in my opinion. But the Universal Monster Collection.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's really cool. I saw you got that for your birthday. I saw the video.
I love this thing. They release all these movies individually on 4K, and they released like a volume 1, a volume 2 set on 4K, but this one you get all 8 of the originals together. It's a nice thick book. It's like a skinny book. It's huge, as you can see here. And I just, right off the bat, the art is amazing in my opinion. I love the collage thing that they did on the front here.
Yeah.
And it's got that soft feel to it. And then you got all the logos on the back. Like I said, I have a video where I did an unboxing, but lots of extras in here, lots of stuff to read. And this again is 4K. But it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love the Universal monsters. Definitely, I'm sure this is the same for a lot of people, but it definitely started things out for me in the horror genre back in the day when I was a kid watching these. And it's just, they're slower movies, but you got to respect the classics,
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Creature
What would you
from
say
Black
is your
Lagoon is definitely my favorite. But I think this started out at about 100 something, like 100, 130, somewhere in that range. And I ended up finding it new off of eBay for like 65. I got a really
wow.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
That's a really good deal because those things sold out really quick.
Yeah, they did. And I got really lucky, or I should say Jess did. She found it on eBay. But yeah, I love this thing. I knew this. I had to put this in my top 5. This thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, that Creature from the Black Lagoon was filmed about 20 miles from my house.
Really?
Yeah. They got, when you go there, where it's called Wakulla Springs. And when you go there, they got a big, nice museum, all kind of collectible stuff.
That's awesome.
Pretty nice.
The creature itself, is my favorite of the movies and my favorite of the characters. And he was like the last living Universal monster. I think what's his name? Rico Browning, I think was his name. And he just passed away in his 90s, and he did a lot of conventions. I almost met him so many times, and now I lost out on the opportunity. I'm so bummed, but
right.
All right. Well, let's see what Tony's number 5 is.
So my number 5 is the Caesar set.
Wow.
yes.
This right here, I purchased this back in 2014. I paid $99.99 for it. And it's from the website Fox Connect, which they used to do all kinds of special editions. And this one actually comes with...
I thought the top of his skull came off. The movies were in there or something.
But it comes with all the individual movies with their own slips.
Wow.
Hope I don't drop it. But I do love these films. They're great, and it's just a really nice display piece. It's like a resin, so very detailed.
Oh, it's not
That
plastic.
detail's ridiculous.
That's cool.
You know what? It is more of a plastic than a resin.
It's still nice.
Yeah. So that would be my number 5. So if that's my number
Something like
5,
that.
just imagine what the other 4 are, right?
Is something like that still available?
That is not available, no.
It is not available.
But you can easily find one on eBay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pay for
I
it.
wouldn't
I'm
say
sure,
easily. I mean,
If you
Open up your
if you want to find one, you can find them on eBay. You just may have to pay for it.
They're there.
I paid $100 for this back in 2014.
yeah, it's a coach more than $100 now.
Yeah.
It's reasonable. Well, hang on.
All
Let's get Craig's 5.
Great.
Well,
What's
man.
up, Bert?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Craig?
Hey, before I show, can I just so I don't have any doubles here? What did everyone pick so far? I saw Tony. I just hopped
There's
on.
no way you have any doubles with anything that was picked so far. Don't worry about
What
it.
else? What
I
else?
think you're safe.
I think me and
Steve
Tommy
had a
might have-
really. Steve had a
We've only
really
done number 5
obscure-
so far.
We've done number 5. Steve did a
My
really
number
had a
5 was
really
the Universal Monster set.
yeah.
Okay,
That big book.
Terminator 2.
Terminator 2. Gotcha.
And
Right.
yeah, I had a Chinese movie, so there's no shot.
Gotcha. All right. I'm going to start off with a banger. This is something that was very, very limited. It's a UK import. I had one a few years ago, got it really cheap, ended up selling it to Tommy because I was in the wrong mindset. I don't know why. I was just in a mood to downsize. And then during COVID, when we're all locked down, I'm teaching virtual and I have a lot of time in my hands. I'm surfing eBay. I'm like, oh my God, I really missed that set. Why did I sell it? So I'll before I show what it is, I paid $60 for it. You know, I got a really good deal on it. Sold it to Tommy for $100, and then I ended up paying $170 for it on eBay.
That's what you get. That's what you get for charging them for 40 more than you paid.
Right.
Of course.
That's
It was like the only thing I've ever had sellers regret for. So anyway, that's the Blue Fans edition of Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, that's cool.
The limited thing on this is this slip box that comes with it. It's one of 300, and it's just the what it is the Arrow Steelbook. It's the UK. It's Region B locked, but it's got the old MGM cover art. If you remember that DVD,
Yeah, I've got that steel.
Yeah, but it's a really nice Steelbook. And then inside, I put the J card in there. It came with a J card, and I'm trying to think of what. On the back, you get the little cotton candy thing, and it tells you what number you got. Oh, let me see if I can get that. I got number 39 of 300.
Wow.
Yeah, 300. That's pretty limited for that.
Do you remember what you had originally?
Tommy's got it in his man cave. I don't remember. I think it was like 70 something.
Just he pulls it out and goes, "It's number one."
I know.
It's worth $3,000 now.
Number one. But yeah, so it's got the J card. It's got the little credit card thing that comes with it, and then of course Arrow is always popular for the booklets that come with it. It comes with a poster. So really nice set. Really happy to have this back in the collection. But yeah, this slip box. I mean, this is beautiful. I just love the colors on it, the popcorn, all the clowns on there.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's like embossed too. That's cool.
Do you have the booklet with yours?
What's that? Yeah, it came with the booklet inside the Steelbook.
All right, just making sure you had it.
Yep, I bought it sealed. But
yeah, I got number 1 out of 300.
Tell me that.
I got 137.
Okay. Oh wow. So I sold you a higher number.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So the Steelbook you can get anywhere really, but it's the slip box that's limited to 300. So this is the hardest part to find.
It's
but
beautiful.
yeah, like I said, I've always loved how this looked. There's a top.
What's the quality on that box? Is that does it
It looks pretty rigid.
It's rigid. I would say it's similar to the earlier Arrow box sets. I mean, it's not like a hard shell, but it's pretty decent.
It's embossed and shit too.
It is embossed. It's glossy. The embossed, it's really glossy too. Like the popcorn's embossed, the clowns, the writing, and yeah, it's a Blue Fans exclusive. So it's a UK exclusive. So you could probably still find us on eBay. Tony, I know you're itching to get one of these. You have to have one of these in your collection. Of all the people that collect,
he's not in buy mode or anything.
Next time you get desperate, you just look me up.
This is like my Spaz 12 of movies. I'm never selling it. I'm never getting rid of it.
See about
You
that.
never saw it again.
So yeah, Killer Clowns Blue Fans Edition, limited 300. So this is my first.
I knew that was going to be in your top 5, man. I just knew it.
It was either that or the first Arrow edition they did, like the slipcover edition. But yeah, I had to go with that. I just love it so much.
Yeah, I like the artwork on the other Arrow edition too. I've got that on the slipcover.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping. I said this in the last stream, like with Scream Factory putting out that anniversary edition on 4K, which me and Tommy both say it should be a collector's edition. We don't know why it's not. I think they do that just to F with us. But I think Arrow in the UK will probably do their own 4K version of it, and it's going to be a box set and like a steelbook.
I'll be buying that.
So I would double dip on the Arrow 4K if they end up doing their own version. So yeah.
All right, let's see what Alan's 5th one is.
All right. This could be higher, I guess. This could be number 5 in this list here. And speak of the devil,
you notice this. I was about to say, I think I know what it is. Because I can see a gap back there.
That is
behind
so
your head.
beautiful.
It's hard to really appreciate this on camera. But if you see all that's embossed and it's just sexy as hell.
Yeah, it pops.
And there's your side. And I really wish that they would have done one of these for all the movies. But I am glad they did it for the first one. And
Give them
there's
time.
There's the back there.
I like that back shot there.
and you open up there's a full outside box there. Of course, you got the hard box, and this is my favorite part on the inside, the artwork on the inside.
Oh yeah.
That's a Zabi release, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once you open it up here, you got the inside box with the same kind of embossing.
Is that like a magnet clasp on that?
No, it's just a side loader. You have the outside boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's a lot of shit to go through here. Let's take this out here. So you get you still look on the inside.
Yeah, that's badass.
And you do get some inside artwork here, and of course you get the disc art. That's your inside artwork. Great shot. And well, there's just a ton of shit. We'll show you the outside of this little booklet there. And you get art cards, which I never opened. So you get actually, I'm not sure what the hell that is, but because these are the art cards here, there's a ton of them. But the way they did them was really neat. Let's see. So basically, you get like a picture from the movie, and then you get like question cards on the back, like trivia cards. And it's pretty much got every character from the movie. So that's pretty cool. And you get this little envelope on the inside. And you get more art cards. And of course, you have a quote from each character on the card. And almost done. You get this is like a cardboard standee, like something you see like in the old video store days.
Yeah.
And of course, you get the poster. Want to open that up? You get this this card on the back, a little credit card that marks the number of the box, whatever. And the one that I got was this is out of 1,000, and mine is 514 of 1,000. So you see on the bottom down there.
What does something like that cost?
Oh, I actually looked it up a minute ago. I paid $136 American for it. Hold on, not done yet. You also get another poster like the mugshot. You get a fake 15% off coupon from the hardware store where he busted in and got all the guns and shit. You get a Purple Heart. And you get a badge from the sheriff's department.
Oh.
So that's the inside of the box with all the shit taken out of it. So actually, there's more shit on the bottom here. Hold on.
There's a false floor in the box.
And you get something from the hunting lodge. Hold on, almost done. Last part. And you get like a really nice book on the inside with just a bunch of images from the movie. So like I said, for a First Blood set, I can't imagine getting much better than this. This thing will
if you're a fan.
I paid like $139 for it. And it's going, this ain't sale price. This is what it's listed for. The highest listed price I seen was $450. 0 bids, but it's been selling for in the $300, $350 range. But like Brad said earlier, it doesn't matter if it's $5,000, I ain't never going to sell it.
Yeah.
But,
Hey, Pops, real quick, can we get your ranking best to worst of the 5 movies?
just off the top of my head?
Yeah.
Go.
Well, obviously, First Blood's number 1.
Wow.
I would say the 2006 Rambo would be number 2.
Really?
2008.
Fourth one.
Rambo First Blood Part 2 is number 3. I'm gonna have to go Last Blood and then Part 3.
A lot of people I talked to, Rambo 3 is their least favorite.
Yeah.
Well, isn't that
My screen just went totally black. That was weird.
didn't they censor the shit out of Part 3?
What's that?
No, Rambo 3, like that one had like the biggest budget, the biggest
People
kill count,
explode in it,
I don't dislike part
Part 3
3. I mean,
huge for its time. I just didn't
but
care
it's just
for it.
out of the. It's my least favorite.
Last Blood, it was a lot better than it had any right to be. I thought. I was pleasantly surprised from Last Blood.
Yeah.
Did you send me that? I think you sent me that, didn't
I
you?
sent you a Blu-ray. I have the 4K. I think
I
it's
still need to watch that. Yeah. I still need to see that.
He didn't feel like Rambo in that movie. He just felt like another Stallone, just a regular Stallone movie. It didn't
He
feel
should
like
have kept his long hair.
He's just playing himself. No
Yeah.
bandana.
just didn't
He's
feel
not-
like Rambo.
He's not on a murder quest in that one.
I heard it was pretty brutal.
It is. It's just he's home. He's medicated. He's settled.
He's
His
70 fucking years
PTSD's
old.
tamped
Keep that in
down.
mind.
Yeah, and he's old.
It turns into Saw at the end.
What was that, Tommy?
It turns into Saw at the end.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. You have to admit that movie is pretty badass. It does take a while, but yeah, I really enjoy it.
Well,
Of course,
also
don't ask me. I'm fucking.
there's
you wanna ask
there's a better cut of it out there. I don't know if it's on. I don't remember, but the opening's a little bit more. It's different. The one I saw, he was like rescuing people from a flood and doing volunteering at forest fires and things like that. The beginning of the theater, it's just him like sitting on a farm.
Yeah.
So there was a little more action in the newer cut that I saw.
To me, the only thing that set Rambo apart from every other character Stallone has ever done is the long hair,
Yeah.
And I know it's something stupid, and he's older, so
No.
it makes sense why he cut his hair. But yeah, I just wish they would have kept his long hair just to keep that signature.
They could put extensions, and they should have done. The character has longer. It's like you remember Equalizer with Denzel Washington.
Mhm.
First movie, very shaved head. That's his look, very clean shaven. Second movie, he's got like longer hair, a beard. It's like that's not the fucking Equalizer. And
Yeah.
people bitched about it, rightly so. In the third movie, he was back to looking like the Equalizer again.
I think in Last Blood they were trying to make
Yeah.
him make everybody see that he was trying to be civilized. He was kind of he was
Right.
living in the house with the family. He was a little more civilized. He had the clean cut.
He wasn't a
That's what they were
vagrant
going for.
anymore.
He
Marching
could at
around
least put it
Florida.
in a ponytail.
But no, in the first movie, he doesn't really have the long hair. He's got like his
He's
hair
got-
looks like Rocky in the first one.
He's got longer hair than he does in the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
back then, I mean, if it was
Brian
just
Dennehy
over
thought he
your
had long
ears,
hair.
it was considered
Yeah.
long.
Second
Brian
one, he's got
Dennehy,
the
that
mullet.
was
The
a
third
dirty
one is
hippie.
even bigger mullet.
The older I get, the more I'm like, Brian Dennehy, he wasn't such a bad guy.
He was a fucking
Get this
prick.
dirty bum out of town.
Dude was just trying to get through and
He was
fucking
just
get
trying to
something
keep the town clean.
eat. Goddamn dirty hippies.
Yeah.
And you get to see where Horatio started his police career before he went to Miami.
All right, let's catch up with the chat here. Ally is saying, I know Poor Things will not be on Tony's top 5.
No, it will not.
You weren't a fan of that one, Tony?
No,
What? Just too weird, or
weird and dirty.
on. You know damn well that's not a Tony movie.
Hey, Trent.
Trini, what's going on, man?
Hey,
what's
Trini,
up, Trini?
The damn dirty ape, what's up?
go on.
Raise hand high. I don't know if you saw Scalder. All right, what's up, Scalder? Jess, Mrs. Star. Hey, this is actually Dodger. I'm commenting. What's going on, Dodger?
What's up, Dodger?
Roger.
Hey.
Tommy, are we the only ones eating on this stream?
I was so damn busy today. I grabbed a pretzel pizza from Little Caesars. I figured I'd eat it on here because I didn't have time to eat it.
Did you guys bring cups for everybody?
First of all, what did you have before the stream?
Did you bring it up for the whole class?
Isn't this our time?
Didn't we talk about that?
Yeah, a lot of people talking about that
You dick.
T2 set. That's a really nice set. Who put that out? I forget what you said.
Studio Canal.
Studio Canal?
Film Arena.
Oh, Film Arena for his. I'm sorry.
This one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Is
Film
that
Arena. They
4K?
just- HD, yeah, I think so. Yeah. But yeah, I think they did like 2 or 3 like different lenticular covers. This was my favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, I like
What's
it.
up,
I
Ollie?
actually like the documentary even more than the movie, but I like the movie a lot. Sydney, what's the best package you've gotten from any of these companies? Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, Scream Factory. Do you mean like packing? Who does the best job?
I'd probably say Arrow.
Arrow does a good job.
Arrow's got the best packaging.
Powerhouse.
Second Sight does good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second does site, yeah. Vinegar Syndrome does pretty well.
You gotta say Vinegar Syndrome with those slips. I mean, they make a movie that's garbage and make it look like a masterpiece.
I know.
With that
Yeah.
slip.
So maybe
You're talking about packaging.
maybe he means. See, he says the best package. So I don't know if he means package or packaging. So to me, I like Hamilton's packaging personally, and their customer service to go with it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean,
the best, be hard to beat Vinegar Syndrome.
Turbine actually does pretty good packaging too.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy broke it down like a year ago how like we think Arrow has the best physical releases of their movies. Scream Factory has the best catalog. Vinegar Syndrome has the best slips. That's pretty much how you can look at it.
Yeah.
I
with all
think
that.
Criterion has the best transfers.
Yeah,
I think
don't
all
know.
these companies
I
are
don't
catching
know.
up to Scream
Second
Factory.
Sight to me, that's the best transfer. Just generally, their level is always very high. But I don't know. It's all subjective. We all like different things. We all have a different. Each one of these guys has a different prototype for what the perfect physical media release is. Some of these guys want a box set with a steel book inside, art cards, booklets. That some people want a slip. Some people want. It's all very subjective.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody's saying what's up. He's talking about the damn Dirty Ape bust. Damn Dirty Ape. Tony always bringing out the bust. Yeah. I think everybody knew Tony was going to bring some wild stuff. It probably looks like a murder scene at his feet there. Just a bunch of severed heads on.
He's got heads all around him.
Allie saying hi to Craig.
What's up, Allie? Hey, Tommy, what's the best part of the end of a bag of chips?
The pour.
The tilt.
Oh, my bad. The tilt.
Jeff, nice, more great panel members. Yeah. Well, we figured we'd get through these pretty quick beyond the early round, but once it's more about the actual release than the movie. We're not so much talking about the movie, we're talking about the release. So
Right.
everybody's saying what's up. A lot of haste. Superman is here.
Hello.
If I've missed anybody, trying to get back. Allie's talking about the First Blood set. Yeah, that's really nice. And apparently, physical media is a pretty good investment because none of these limited sets, none of them seem to go down in value.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bob Wrangler, Tommy and Craig, seen Home Alone Lego set with a tree house that lights up on the outside of the house. Have you guys
I will
seen
own that one day. I will. I love that thing. I always get so close to buying it and then I don't. I think it's like $300 or something, but I will buy that one day.
Craig doesn't have it. He's not allowed to have Legos. They're a choking hazard.
Craig hates Home Alone. He wouldn't buy that.
Scholar's Surprise Australian Saw set has not popped up yet. Must be higher than 5. Yeah, we'll see.
It'll
Well, I don't have a
be
complete
everyone's
fucking set.
number one. Just be patient.
All I got's a trap. The rest of it I had to send back.
The bear trap on that thing looked pretty damn badass.
No, it did not. It was garbage. Look at it, see it in person. It's cheap garbage, and
I don't know.
it's about that
Really
big around.
small too, right?
It is very small.
Yeah.
That was imprint, right?
Yeah.
What's up, Wrangler? I don't know if I said hey to Wrangler if I got here late.
What's up, Wrangler?
Chrissy's talking about the Rambo movies. They're all of a certain quality to me. Steve, what's going on, man?
Hey, Steve.
What's up, man?
Hey, Steve.
Yeah, you might see more Rambo on here. I mean, I know there's a really nice Rambo set that some guys have. So we'll see. Scholar, it's Tony and Pop's number one. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying what's up. We're almost through the chat here. Scalder saying second sight and powerhouse indicator are shipped from the same place. So yeah, that's indicator powerhouse. As far as shipping goes, that's the best packaging I've ever had by far. I mean, they really, really take it serious, and they know it's coming overseas, and they do a really good job. I don't really care for indicator stuff, but if they ship from the same place, second sight, yeah, you're not gonna have a problem with that coming overseas.
I think I've only got one indicator title. It's like the Night of the Demon set that they did.
I think I have hardcore. That's about it. Now there's a kino of it. Sydney saying a recommendation here. Manhattan Night 2016. Thriller mystery drama directed by Adrian Brody. Jennifer Beal, 3.5 out of 1. I've not heard of that.
I wrote it down. Sit down, check it out.
Wild Wrangler's got the meds going. All right, we're caught up with the chat. Let's see Craig's number 4.
Okay. So my number 4, and I'm not a big box set guy. I'm just a big guy. But Brad's gonna make fun of me for this, but I don't care. I
don't care what you pull. I'm gonna make fun of you. So go ahead.
Brace yourself.
Was waiting for a really good edition of this movie to come out. Saw it in college. It was a blind buy, and it was a movie night with me and my roommates. I'm like, this movie looks stupid. The poster looks stupid. I mean, this is going to be terrible. Just a throwaway movie.
Okay,
We watched.
I'm going to kick him out.
Fell in love with
kick him out of the chat. I'm going to kick him out already. I know what it is.
And that's the second sight edition of The Guest.
Yes.
So, really gorgeous box set. It's got like 3 different discs. It's got like the soundtrack. It's got the Blu-ray, which is region 4K, which is region free. It's got a really big booklet inside, like different like parts of the script, production photos, interview with the cast, and then like Pop said, art cards, which he never looks at. Neither do I. I've never opened these things, but I always like the color on this box set, the purple look. Definitely a movie that's been heavily inspired by like Terminator and Halloween. That's what Adam Wingard even said in the. Actually, Brad, if you believe it or not, I actually did read the booklet, and Adam Wingard, the director, said he was inspired by Terminator and John Carpenter's Halloween and a little bit of Halloween 3.
Okay.
Movie.
In your face.
But yeah, it's if you haven't seen The Guest, I mean, it's got a really cool like Halloween setting to it. Starts out as like a action thriller and then turns into a straight up slasher. It's such a cool movie.
Very underrated.
Brad calls it a Hallmark movie. I just wish he would give it another shot because this movie is a gem of a movie. The only way to get it in 4K is from Second Sight, and this is a limited set. I think it's limited to 1,000 boxes or something like that, but you can also get the standard 4K without the slip. Ended up getting this for Tommy for Christmas one year. I think last year I got it for Christmas for Tommy. We both talked about how much we love this movie. And
I didn't cry either when I got it.
You cried 20 minutes. But yeah, I mean, it's a movie that'll keep you guessing because when you look at Dan Stevens in this, you're like, you just want to ask him. You're like, what are you? Like you don't know if he's a Terminator or if he's like a psycho. Like, what the hell is he?
Yeah, like you don't know if he's good, if he's bad. Like
it's pretty ominous.
Yeah, but as like the movie goes on, like more murders start happening, and like the mystery is all surrounding him. He becomes the prime suspect until you actually see him start killing people, and you're like, oh shit, it was him. but yeah, he just turns into like an unstoppable killing machine. He ends up he basically what he is he's like a test subject for the military to be a super soldier, but I guess the program didn't work well on him and he goes rogue. And at the same time as he's with this family, he's also on the run from his program because they're trying to eliminate him before he eliminates them. So yeah, really cool movie. Like I said, action slasher, Halloween elements to it. You really can, relate David to the Terminator or Michael Myers because he's just an unstoppable killing machine. He really is. And Adam Wingard, this is actually it actually has a loose connection to the movie You're Next. So like the whatever the company in the movie, whoever created David, whatever the program it is, that's the same program where the girl from You're Next was trained. So there's like, it's almost like not like a spinoff, but it's like in the same universe.
Weird.
I was really interested to find that out.
That's cool.
But yeah, it's a gem of a movie. If you haven't seen The Guest, watch it around Halloween time. It's a really, really fun watch. I don't get tired of it. I really love throwing this in during the fall and seeing all the references to the 80s and 90s and the 70s slashers. And yeah, like I said, Terminator, Halloween, and it's universal too. So like they do show the Halloween 3 masks. Another thing I love about this movie is the soundtrack. Like it's got a really synth like 80s sound. It does sound a lot like Halloween 3, to be honest. So it's very inspired by John Carpenter and Alan Howarth for sure. So I like what they did with this. And they actually made a vinyl record. I'll show this. They made a vinyl record to a sequel that doesn't exist. They made something for The Guest 2. That's not even a movie yet, but they made a soundtrack for it. So really hoping that they do a sequel in person. That'd be cool. I would love that. But yes, The Guest. That's my number 4.
I love how unpredictable the movie is. Like when I watched it, like
that's
going into it, it's a very unpredictable movie, and like you're just not going to know what's going on or what's going to happen. It's just really
it just kept my attention the whole time. Like I just wanted to know what David was and what his motive is.
Yep.
And then just as like the movie hits the end of the second act into the third act, the shit just hits the fan. People just start dropping left and right. It's like, holy shit.
Yep. Good pick.
But yeah.
The really, only second sight release I have, and it's beautiful, and it just makes me want to, collect more.
Yep. So I really hope Adam Wingard now, the director, he's really busy with like the Godzilla versus Kong movies. He just did 2 of those, Godzilla versus Kong, Godzilla X Kong. So like now he's like a really big time director doing those big budget movies. So if he ever has downtime, I really hope he can like get away from the MonsterVerse and just make the second.
How are they going to make a second Guest?
Because if you've they're it's set up for a sequel.
I thought he was perforated with bullets at the end.
No, he gets spoiler alert. He gets
he gets shot with 1 bullet and just falls over dead after all that, right? In the middle of the Halloween party,
he gets shot. He drops, and then he ends up like strangling Micah Monroe, and then the other kid comes up and takes the knife that the kid gave him, and he stabs him in the chest, and he plays dead. But if you ever see the ending to the My Bloody Valentine remake, how Jensen Ackles walks out in the mining costume and he makes it out alive, The Guest pretty much copies off of that, and they use that same type of ending. The firefighters go into the school to extinguish the fire that they started, and then David walks out in the firefighter's outfit, and Megan Monroe's like, "What the fuck?" And then it just cuts.
I mean, it was inspired by Halloween. They shot him 6 times.
So, I must have missed that second ending. As soon as he falls down shot, I'm like, thank God.
There's a whole other scene to that. Like
oh my God, that would have changed my whole opinion on the movie, I'm sure.
Now rewatch.
Yeah, I've got something to look forward to now.
Dude, just
I enjoyed it.
I promise.
Number 4.
Kind of a mark for this one. This would be one of my 6 copies of this movie.
Yeah.
But this is the umbrella release that they did with the limited edition replica of the hand. I figured I'd show this off again. I've done it before. But, it's like a cast of the actual hand, and then for people that haven't got both or one or the other, like the A21 next to the replica, which I don't know, man. I kind of like the replica. It kind of sucks that you couldn't get a version that was already kind of marked up.
You're supposed to mark it up yourself, I guess.
You can, I guess.
Yeah, I think it came with markers, didn't it?
Yeah, it came with one marker, but I don't know. It's cool just because it's like an actual cast of the actual prop. And this is number 1208 out of 2000. And I looked it up last night. I think this was like 110, and then it was like another 23 with shipping.
And I know a lot of people that ordered that where it was like, I know Alan, for instance, it was like bated breath, you know, is that thing going to come and destroy Tony too? You know,
the packaging was great on the website.
Yeah, the packaging was really good. Like it came in this, the box is cool even.
Yeah.
Kind of like, but yeah, it was well protected.
I wonder what that set goes for now.
I looked it up on eBay last night. I think, I don't know. The A24 hand, because they're out of stock, they're going anywhere from like $250 to $350, and then the hand you can get for just the hand by itself. A couple of people are selling it for like $100, and then you can get like the set for like maybe $200.
Well, so not bad. I mean, it's a newer movie.
It's attainable, yeah. Still.
All right.
But yeah, that's my number 4
here. This just came out this year. 1982's Basket Case, the Arrow Video site exclusive release. What comes with this that's different is the slip, and this is the
like the
UK,
Arrow exclusive.
It's the Arrow exclusive, but this was the UK VHS cover. But under there, it's the same release that you'll get with a different slip. Poster, booklet, one disc, one 4K disc. But what you're in it for is the bonus features. There's a ton here as far as that goes. The scan actually looks good. Believe it or not, it's Basket Case in 4K. How good could it look? It actually does look. It actually is an improvement. It's worth getting. I wrote down some highlights here. In Search of the Hotel Broslin, 16-minute featurette. That's a good one. Filming locations with Frank Henenlotter. Bilal Goes to the Drive-In. It's a 7-minute Joe Bob Briggs featurette on the movie. But you know, the best there's tons of features on this, but the best feature is the What's in the Basket documentary. It's a feature-length documentary on the Basket Case saga. So maybe there'll be another release. I could see Severin down the line or somebody doing Severin actually did the documentary for this, but maybe it's the definitive release. I don't know, but if you don't own the movie, this is a pretty good way to go. There are other releases that do have that documentary. That's the best thing to look for if you do get the release. The standard Blu-ray comes with a documentary from Arrow. The Second Sight triple pack comes with a documentary also from Arrow. So if you're looking to spend a little less, you can do that. Yeah, just for, this is one of my all-time favorite movies. As far as this goes, the slip's gone. It was an Arrow exclusive, but you can still get the release with a different slip that's also very good for around $34, $36. So if you don't have Basket Case, this is a good way to go. I don't see if you want all of them, the Second Sight triple pack comes with a documentary is a good way to go to. Great artwork on that one. So this would be my number 4.
Yeah, Basket Case 2's fun too.
Yeah, Basket Case 2 is 3 is, I can understand, but 2's pretty good. So you can't go wrong with the trilogy.
I got to get that version. Didn't the standard 4K release of that, wasn't the slipcover the same as the Blu-ray?
Same
the basket.
Previous slip for the it's a basket woven thing cover.
It's embossed and everything. It's nice.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's one that I got.
I
never had
hate
the
when they
Blu-ray.
re-release it on 4K and they just give you the same cover. That's why I want to get that one.
Yeah. I didn't check eBay or anything. I'm sure they're there, but I should have, I guess. But I don't know. I know that you can't get this from Arrow anymore. But this was a pain. This is actually a pain to get from Arrow because the site screwed up and canceled everybody's order. And then, you know, you had to like go back, and there was, I think it was like twice it did that. So I actually, you know, reordered it and got it. But
I wonder if Diabolic or Orbit has it.
I think that slip is, you had to buy it directly from Arrow. You couldn't get it from anywhere else.
I'll have to look into that. Okay. My number 4, this was another gift. I think this was like my very first birthday gift I got from Dodger when he was born, because I think it came out right around that time. But another all-time favorite franchise of mine, and we've gotten obviously a million different releases of these movies, different box sets, individuals, steelbooks. But out of everything that's been released and everything I own in my own collection, this is definitely my favorite. But we have that. I think this was another Best Buy exclusive at the time, but the Skywalker saga.
Oh yeah, that's a cool release.
So this, you get just the 9 Skywalker movies. You get the original trilogy, the sequel trilogy, the prequel trilogy. You don't get like Solo or Rogue One or any of those in here. But again, I did an unboxing of this back in the day, but lots of cool stuff. So it opens up like this, and they just kind of slide off the sides, and then you get like a note here from Mark Hamill, something that he wrote up, and then you pull it out here. It's just one of those big giant hardcover books.
It's like
One of those. I'm not a big fan of the way they do the top loader things like that and the side loaders.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it's great artwork. All 4K. I think you probably get Blu-ray and 4K of everything in here. But like I said, all 9 Skywalker films, and it's a lot simpler than it looks. But I just really like it. Out of all the Star Wars stuff that I own in my collection, this is definitely my favorite, just to get the 9 Skywalker movies. But this is a cool set. I don't know what this goes for these days, but I think it was probably like 100 something, I would think, when I bought it. But yeah, really cool. You got the Death Star in the front there, and I don't know, I like it. It's definitely my favorite Star Wars piece that I have.
I think you might have taken the wind out of Alan's sails.
Yeah, that was my next one.
Was it?
So put that to the side now.
Well, Alan's going to make a substitution.
Okay, so my next set is back from 2011 from Circuit City, back when they sold physical media, back when they were actually in existence.
Oh, Circuit City.
Used to, the big deal sets were all geared toward TV series, and I was a big collector of the TV shows on DVD. And so they did this nice set for Home Improvement.
Oh,
Yeah. Wow.
So this came out in 2011. It comes with all 8 seasons. I'm gonna try to get this without it breaking, but it does. It has the metal handle and a clasp. It just opens up. It's like a heavy duty cardboard, so it's not really a metal case, but it does come with all of the seasons with a slip, which I like. And it also comes with a something else. This little
Paperweight.
the
Yeah.
tape measure?
I don't know exactly what it's in there. I'm not going to open the box, but I think it's more maybe like a tape measure or something. I don't remember, but it's housed inside the top lid. But yeah, I loved it when they used to do these really nice sets. You know, they just don't do things like this anymore.
Yeah, they put a lot of thought into that.
Yep. But
Back when they could ship it to a store and deal with it that way, it's like everything's got to be shipped to home. Nowadays, the thing would get destroyed in the mail.
but everything that we like as collectors, they have numbers at the top for each season
Yeah.
and a slip, and just really nice looking packaging. It looks great on the shelf. So that would be my number 4.
Right on.
Nice.
Let's see what Alan came up with.
All right. My number 4, I'm also going to do like Tony and go the way of the TV show. That's going to be my Breaking Bad
I
barrel.
thought that would be it. Yeah. That's a really cool set, man.
I think pound for pound, this is my favorite show of all times. I mean, it depends on what I watch last. It's going to be between this, Game of Thrones, or Sopranos. But this barrel here, you take off the top. You get your cameras ready. There's a good chance I can do something stupid here.
Do some irreparable damage
Now
to it.
the top of the disc, on top of the thing, there's a disc at the top, and that's got I want to say it's got special features on it.
Yeah, that's the bonus feature.
Yeah.
Only came with that release. It doesn't come on any. Those bonus
Right.
features don't come on any other release.
I have not opened this, but when you first open the barrel, you see like it's got barrel money,
Yeah.
and this is an apron from the chicken. What's it called?
Pollo Loco or
Pollo
It's
Romano.
the big yellow apron with the chicken on the front. The logo.
Yeah.
I've never opened that. Don't need it.
Don't
Um,
open it.
You got a really nice pin, Water White there. And not that I collect pins, but we'll touch. And how do I open this fucking thing? And it opens from the side like this. You got the booklet on the inside. And each one of these just slide out.
that's
And
a season.
each one's got a season. And these are like really hard, like glass metal. I mean glass, like really hard plastic or glass. I think it's plastic.
Acrylic.
Yeah, well, there you go. So you've got each season. And these all slide in like that for each season.
Well, I've never seen that thing opened up. That's cool.
That's
And
pretty cool.
man, this thing's fantastic. But I bought this after the fact. It was way sold out. I don't remember what I paid for it. It was way too much. But and I don't know what it goes
You
for.
got a pretty decent deal for it relative to what they were going for.
I did at the time, yes.
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to look. I'll look in a minute, see what it's going for now. But yeah, this, like I said, to me, this is probably the greatest show ever.
Is that Blu-ray?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, these are all Blu-ray.
God, I want that so bad.
So yeah, really nice set, man. It's and this is like metal, very very well done.
Yeah, and anything for that show usually goes up in value too.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there a coin or something that you had to buy second, aftermarket?
Yeah, when I got mine, for whatever reason, this coin was missing,
That's probably why it was a little cheaper.
and so I actually went online and found somebody just selling this coin alone for like $10. And not that I really needed this, but kind of like Tony can understand. Oh, you guys probably understand.
Yeah, you got to have
I wanted
the
to
whole
complete
set,
set.
you know?
So 10 extra bucks made me happy.
That's worth
So,
it.
yep, that's my number. What is that, 4?
Yeah.
My son started me on that show, and I got about halfway through it, and I haven't finished it yet.
It's
It only gets better.
Better
and
Call
better
Saul's
and better.
fantastic thing.
It wraps up strong.
Yeah.
All right, let's catch up with the chat here. Keep going. Allie's a big fan of the guest.
Don't get Craig started again.
Paul Wrangler, the guest. I'm shocked. I'm surprised it wasn't his number one. A little Halloween 3.
A little bit.
I'm not gonna go ballistic. The color scheme on the guest is beautiful.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
purple?
Yeah, man, the purple and green.
Fits the movie perfectly.
Yeah, a lot of fans of the guest. Dark version of Captain America, the guest. Paul Wrangler. Pops. Till then, you'll fight who made the Saw Trap set. My money's on you, Pops. Fight because Mickey loves you. All right, man. We gotta stop doing these on Friday night. Wrangler's becoming incoherent. Allie, great pick, Craig. I need to revisit the guest. It's been years.
Thank you.
Sure. Wild Wrangler.
What do you
He
think?
already
Mark?
has multiple 4Ks of Rocky. So you're going to have to be more specific, Wrangler. Sydney, another recommendation. Mulholland Falls, 96. Crime drama mystery. Jennifer Connelly. Melanie Griffith. Nick Nolte. That's
I'm taking
another.
pictures of these, Sydney. Your recommendations are always pretty solid.
That's a Nick Nolte movie I haven't seen. Jamie, what's going on?
Hey, Jamie.
Hey,
Saying hi to
Jimmy.
Sydney loves the guest. 4 out of 5. Favorite scene is the bar scene.
Yeah, the bar scene's pretty sweet.
That's a great scene.
Trini, just give the movie another chance. All right, that's what you would do, Trini. I believe you. So he's talking about the Rocky Ultimate Knockout Collection 4K set, July 16th. You know that Alan?
I mean, I knew what was coming out. Whatever. I got all the steelbooks. I've already pre-ordered the other steelbooks coming out. I'll probably grab that set, but I mean, I have to see what the differences are.
Is it going to be one of those 10 steelbook sets that has all, them like the Rambo set?
No, if that's the case, it'd be a day one. I don't think it's going to be like those metal sets. So
Hey, at least I knew when they put the first 4 out that they were going to do the other 2, and we were going to get.
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy that last collection they did for the first 4.
Yeah,
that's
I
why
didn't
I wanted
either.
to wait, whatever. Now, this one here, I have a better chance of getting just so I have it. But I mean, I have all the movies on 4K steelbook, so I'm going to have. So I don't know if I
I'm
need
really
that or not.
happy that they're giving us 5 and 6 with the same matching art as the steelbooks.
Yeah, me too. But I have to wait and see what that set looks like. If it's a nice looking set, of course I'm going to get it.
It's like what Tommy said there. Like, I'm glad that the steelbooks are going to match because that hasn't always been the case lately.
I know.
Mission
like
Impossible just did it. The last Mission Impossible movie was way different than the other ones. They just re-released.
You know what I was really surprised about was the Expendables. Like, we got 1, 2, and 3 with those matching steelbooks.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the 4th one came out, like, I did not believe for 1 second that it would match the other ones. And it did. I was like so surprised. It's like the same art as the other 3. So they don't do that often.
Chrissy saying I have the same release. Talk to me. It did come with a marker. Yeah. Scolder, Brad didn't watch the guest. He got confused and watched one of the. If that was the case, I'd have liked it. Wild Wrangler saying Pops Rocky set 6 movies, 8 cuts of the movies.
He's pulling that out of his ass. There are no 8 cuts of the movie, but I'll check and see. But I mean, he's at least gonna make me go on the fucking internet and check. But yeah, I don't think 8 cuts of the movie exist.
Monica, hi.
Monica, Mrs. Williams.
See. Soon.
Mrs. Williams, hyphen star.
Yeah, I like that slip. Yeah, Allie's a fan of the slip. A lot of haze going around. Scolder does love basket case. Everybody knows that. Scolder, my basket case 4K trilogy set from Germany looks so different. And surprisingly, the German case, it's the 50 Shades of Grey. You need to get that bust from over there. I know you'd love it. Wrangler, Brad, do you think Arrow will make Franken? I think so. They're doing the Nico Mastrakis set. They've done sets for everybody else. I'm sure there will be a Henlotter set with all 3 of the movies that they have a license to.
They should.
Like in the Star Wars set Tommy showed. Paul Rayner's talking about the home improvement set from Tony. Yeah, you're right. We really don't get stuff like that anymore, especially for TV.
Yeah.
TV is like somebody's always streaming it, whatever it is. It's almost like physical media TV shows is like, it used to be a huge thing. Now it seems to be dying off.
Yeah, it has.
First, see, they just finished the pilot for a new home improvement.
Yeah, I heard that.
I wonder how that's going to work.
I don't know who's
They
all
bring the
gonna
whole cast back.
I doubt it.
You can't get the wife is apparently that all went bad. The wife on the
Yeah,
show
I
was
heard
gone.
So
I don't-
they probably killed her off.
They'll kill her off. There you go. A car falls on her in the first
something
episode.
like that. Something fun.
Jonathan
Jeff
Taylor
Van.
Thomas. What's he up to these days?
probably
He's
gonna
tapped
play-
out. He doesn't act anymore. I don't
He's
think.
probably going to play the Tool Man now.
Hmm.
Jeff's talking about that Tool Time set. Yeah. Everybody seems to be a fan of that set. Yeah, Ike's Team Featurette, what's going on?
Yes,
She
it
said you
is.
had that set. It's very fragile. Yeah, that's why Tony was babying it around, I guess.
Yeah, I baby everything.
Everybody's saying what's up. Chris. Sydney, foreign movie recommendation: The Gangster, The Cop, The Devil, Korean 2019. I've seen the cover for that in the trailer. It does look really good. The Gangster, The Cop, and The Devil. Allie's talking about the Breaking Bad barrel. Yeah, I think everybody's green with Jealous Bridge when it comes to that barrel. And I think we all kind of waited for a better price, and it just never happened.
I got it sitting on the shelf next to my water white doll. I got a water white doll. I got the box cutter you got me. And the tag.
A Walter White figure.
Well, this is an actual doll.
Oh,
This
is
is
it?
Yeah.
There's a
I've
difference.
got
I
like
bought it down south when I was visiting my son in one of the FYE stores down there. So
I've got like the Funko Pop, like Walter White. That's like blue. It's like meth blue, and that thing is going on eBay for like $350.
damn.
Show the
I need
collectibles
that.
are crazy. Yeah, everybody's talking about the barrel. Yeah, it's really nice. It's real quality. You can just tell.
Yeah, it's very heavy. I mean, it's all metal, so it's done really well.
Chris saying hi to everybody.
Hey, Chris.
Sydney recommendation: Murder in the First, 1995. Mark Rocco, Christian Slater, Kevin Bacon, Gary Oldman.
Yeah,
Great
great
movie.
film. Great film.
Yeah, very dark.
I don't
movie.
think I've seen that.
Very dark, but Brad, you'd love it. It's a dark
That sounds
movie.
great. I'll definitely check that out. Look for them last five. Allie, I put the guests in all caps because I guess it was Craig's pick before he showed it. I figured as much. Half the chat was like, okay, just go ahead and do it. Just pull it out. Mr. Williams Star, yeah. Riverman still waiting on the Ernest 4K movie collection. I would say at least Scared Stupid will get a real solid release from somebody. You know, like if
Yeah, it's been out of print
all
for
of
a while.
all
I mean,
of
you think
those.
if Vinegar Syndrome did a partner label or something with that, it would sell like crazy.
Yeah.
We need a Pee Wee's Big Adventure 4K too.
Yes.
Something Pee Wee's stuff's coming back. I don't remember what I saw, but I saw something. Some kind of
And I think
announcement about
from Screen Factor, Shout Select,
Yeah, Factory.
Shout
Yeah.
Factor is putting out the whole TV show.
Yeah.
I don't really care about anything else, but I want Pee Wee's Big Adventure for sure.
Yeah, we'll get it.
that. See, Tim Allen is in the new one. Okay, of the show. Okay, what's old is new again. Why not? Let's go over next Wednesday. Is my birthday, so I expect to pick up a lot of baskets. And that from the I bet you are getting that. Don't pretend like you didn't get that basket case 4K from Arrow. Just because you didn't show it doesn't mean you didn't get it. Allie, have the Gus Fring Funko Pop where half his face is messed up from the explosion.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Stuff's crazy. And in Albuquerque, they have a whole Breaking Bad store full of that, all those tchotchkes and stuff. Proceed a special edition of Legend. I'll never give that up. Did not show that on my DVD stream. Or
Yeah,
did
I've got
show it.
that.
Did not show it. You're saying what's up? All right. Let's see what Craig. Oh, I screwed that up.
All right,
So
so
number three.
number three, this next one, we don't have a U.S. release of this on Blu-ray, and I had to import this and find it for a good price just to get it in my collection. It's nothing like that special of an edition, but like the fact that I have it and it's in my collection makes me sleep better at night. And that is the Canadian edition of Black Christmas remake. It's got a love-hate relationship with some people with this movie, but I didn't know it was. I never heard of Black Christmas when I saw this in the theaters. I didn't know it was a remake. I didn't know about Black Christmas at the time when I saw it, and then really fell in love with this movie. It just has like a really nice Christmas feel to it. By the way it's shot, like the cinematography with like the colors and everything just makes it look like a really warm, cozy movie. All the actresses that they picked to play the girls, the sorority sisters. You get Michelle Trachtenberg, who was Harriet the Spy. You got the one girl from Mean Girls, Lacey Chabert. One of the girls from the original movie is the house mother in this. So really cool take on what they did from Black Christmas. It's loosely based off of the original with like the killer and everything. They actually gave the killer a backstory in this because in the original the killer is just like some prowler. You don't really know who he is or what he is or why he's doing it. But this movie they give a backstory of the killer, it was a movie that was directed by what's his name, Glenn Morgan, who did the Willard remake before this. So that guy's known for doing remakes. But basically, like he didn't have much creative control over this. Like this was controlled by the Weinsteins. So like everything he shot, the Weinsteins were like, you got to do it again, but you got to do it gorier. You got to add, more jump scares, more blood. So at the time, like when they were really pumping out those horror remakes in the mid 2000s, this really was under Weinstein control. So even like the stuff that they did to it, I mean, I still think the movie came out pretty well. But when it was released here, it only got a DVD release at the time, and then to get your hands on a Blu-ray copy, like it was very limited in Canada, so you had to import it from Amazon Canada. If you want a copy now, you really have to pay over $100 if you can find it on eBay. I know there's some region-free releases that you can get from Germany that have all the same cuts. Like I guess it has. This is just the theatrical cut.
Yeah,
rated one. But the German cut, and I think Brad, you have that one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got 3 different endings on it.
Alan's got it too.
Deleted
I think I
scene.
got the same one.
Yeah.
Really, that's all that's missing from this. It's just like an extra
unrated
scene and like some extra blood here and there. But really cool movie to throw on during Christmas time. I absolutely love this one. I always love the cover art too. It's just real colorful looking. And actually, this was an impulse buy. Another way to get this movie back when there was a format war, Blu-ray and HD DVD, there was actually an HD DVD copy of this to get the unrated cut. So I did pick this up on eBay. It was like $6. It's the only way you could get it if you want the unrated edition. It's still sealed at the top. I've never opened it. It's missing the
red case
wrap, but I love the movie so much that I had to get the other copy of it. So basically, if you've ever seen HD DVD, it's pretty much it's the same picture quality as Blu-ray. Just out of the format wars, Blu-ray is the one that won because all the studios picked up on it.
You have to have a special player to play that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you had a HD DVD player. So I mean, you can still find these in the wild. You can find them at like thrift stores, pretty much. You can find them on eBay. Some people sell them secondhand on Amazon.
Yeah, that was the VHS Betamax of the early 2000s.
Yep. So the only way you can get the unrated cut is on DVD or HD DVD in the US, or you could try to spring and find the Canadian version. I always say this in like the Scream Factory streams. I really hope they get their hands on this so we can get a really nice 4K unrated cut collector's edition eventually, or maybe even Second Sight could do it. But I don't. Ever since the whole Weinstein controversy, I don't know where the rights stand on this right now. Recently, I think it was Lionsgate did a DVD release like a year ago of this. But I don't know why they can't do a Blu-ray with a slip or a 4K. But I think there's some rights issues tied up somewhere. So
was it unrated or just
they re-released? So Lionsgate put out a DVD like a year ago of the unrated cut. Okay. But I don't know why they just didn't spring for the Blu-ray or a 4K edition of it. That seems like a missed opportunity to me because this movie's really picking up a lot of popularity in the last few years. People that have rewatched it and really gave it a second chance and ended up liking it. Like I said, I've liked it from the start since I've seen it, and then I went back and watched the original, and I actually prefer this over the original. I know a lot of people will probably be like, "What the hell's the matter with you?" But I think this actually has a really good pacing to it, really good gore. It's just a really awesome movie to throw on during Christmas time. One of my absolute favorites. Pops, have you seen this yet?
Brad sent me a copy of it. I never watched it last Christmas. I have not watched it yet.
Gotcha.
I like both.
That release yet.
Yeah, I like both.
They're both
The
really
German
like
set-
very different from each other. So
Yeah,
it's easy to
they're
like both.
very, very different. The German set is the way to go.
Mhm.
I think it's like $30, $25 on Orbit, something like that. That's the way to go.
I'll check it out this Christmas.
Yeah.
It's fun.
If you want to try to find the Blu-ray copy, I mean, it's on eBay. It goes anywhere from like 100 to between 100 and 300 bucks, depending on who the seller is. And I actually found a copy of this. So on Facebook, there's a group called like Cult Blu-ray Horror Collectors or whatever. You know, it's like a buy, sell, trade group on Facebook. And guy didn't know what he had, and he was just selling a stack of movies. And I was just looking through the spines, and then I saw this one. I'm like, holy shit. And then he only wanted like $7 for it. So I bought it really quick. He shipped it to me, and then I sold it to Tommy, just so Tommy can get a
For
copy.
$99.
No, I didn't upcharge him that much. I sold it to him for like $20, just so he could get it in his collection. So yeah, two ways to get this. You can get the HD DVD, or you can get the Blu-ray if you still are
If
lucky.
you
enough
have to have a US version,
yeah,
or you
There's
can get a
still ways to
DVD.
get a rated cut in HD, unless you get that German edition. And another thing about this Blu-ray is this is 1080i. You know, regular Blu-ray is 1080p. This is 1080i. I don't know why they did that, but you'll know what I'm talking about with the HDR and the beautiful colors and everything with this movie. It's such a cool movie. So I recommend this Black Christmas. So yeah, that's my number 3.
It's a good remake, Craig, but it's not as good as the newest one.
Oh,
What could be better than that?
That script feels like it was written by Twitter.
I haven't even given that one the time of day. Number 3. It's going to be the Mondo.
Suede.
This is the second edition that they actually released. I have both, but I picked this is, I think, my first Diabolic purchase, because I have the original kind of like slip box release that Mondo released, and then I seen that they released like the Velvet box set.
It's suede.
And yeah, this thing, if you're a fan of the movie, like, this thing's fucking beautiful. Like a magnet. And
Yeah, that's a wild set. Goes for good money too.
Yeah, I think I lucked out and I picked this up like right after they dropped it on there for like maybe $70, which I don't know. It's kind of expensive, but if you like this movie, and especially at the time, like, it was impossible to get a copy
That was
of
the
on Blu-ray.
definitive edition, man. It wasn't available any other way. I
Yeah.
don't believe.
And yeah, pretty soon we're gonna get blessed with a remake from Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, Robert
apparently.
Pattinson wants to remake it. I don't know how that's going to work.
Whatever.
Yeah. But it could be good, but I just don't know in this day and age how you have that subject matter and everything. But who knows?
You can't.
Yeah.
My God.
That's a wild movie.
Yeah, I don't know how they could even like get away with like calling it the same thing. Like, the subject matter, there's no way it can match. So yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be weird. We'll see.
It's definitely going to be weird no matter what,
Yeah.
because it is that movie. All right, my next one, this has to be on the list. This is just one of the best releases ever. I'm sure it's going to fall apart and be a mess soon, but it's the American Psycho 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Everybody's got it. I don't care. This is one of the coolest releases ever. Like I said, Lionsgate last few years just had the craziest steelbooks. Came out this was just a winner and a day one for me. And luck would have it, it's back in print. It's not the exact same thing. The only thing's different from what I understand is the first ones say "feed me a stray cat," and the other one says something else, like "my mask is slipping" or something. I don't know what it says, but that's the only difference. So you can get it. I think you can get this on Walmart shelves for $20 now. But it was I was going for a good bit for a while, but I don't know what it. If there's a difference between the original, it's supposed to look like his card holder. It's just this is a packaging more than anything. I do love the movies, one of my all-time favorite movies, but I already had these discs. But yeah, I don't need to really go too much into this. Bonus features a little anemic. I remember there is a featurette called "The 80s Downtown," which talks about the downtown culture in New York and in the 80s and how it relates to this movie. This movie shot in 1999, but it's an 80s movie. There is Book to Screen on the 4K disc, which is a little documentary about them adapting the screenplay from Brady Snell's book. But other than that, standard fare, deleted scenes, stuff like that. But you're really in it for the packaging. Like I said, you can't go wrong with this release. I think it's a must-own for really basically anybody, especially at the price point, $20-$25. You can get this. And yeah, it's one of my all-time favorite releases for sure.
That has to be one of Lionsgate's, like, I don't know, top 3, top 5 best steelbooks they put out, I think.
Yeah, I
It's the best use
have
of the slip. The slip that makes the double image. I think
Yeah.
it's the best use of that.
yeah, really, yeah.
Have you seen people like where they take like the Crow steelbook slipcase and put it on the American Psycho?
Yeah.
That's cool looking. Okay. So my number 3, I knew that something in my DC Marvel collection, I had to have something over there that was going to be in this top 5. I was looking at everything, trying to figure out what it would be, and when I saw this on the shelf, it's like, yeah, 100%. But my all-time favorite superhero is probably Batman. I just, as far back as I can remember as a kid, it was always Batman. And I have so many stories about when the original 1989 Michael Keaton came out. I was like 7. Me and my friend were really into Batman, watching the 1960s TV show. And I remember when we found out like a movie was coming out, it was like we were so excited. I think it was probably a little bit darker for a 7-year-old, but we wanted to go see it at the theater, and his mom took us there, and it was sold out. We never got to see it in the theater, but we rented it later when it came out. But anyways, I always loved Batman. He's always my favorite, and this is what started it for me. And when I seen that they were releasing this set, I had to pick it up. But that's the big deluxe Batman set.
Oh, it's nice.
Oh, yeah.
They released just an individual one of just the series itself, smaller condensed set, but this one is so cool. Unfortunately, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people have the same problem. It used to play the theme song on the side here, but mine doesn't work anymore. I got to get in here, and hopefully I just got to replace a battery or something. I don't know, but it used to play the theme song, and it opens up. It's got like that magnet thing in here, and then you get.
Was that stored in your basement?
Yeah, this is down the basement. Yeah,
where Craig stays. I think I know why that the battery's dead.
Oh,
got up all night.
Damn it, Craig! When you get here, you better replace this battery.
Okay.
But you get some trading cards in here, which is cool, and then you get the little Batmobile down there, and then you have an episode guide here, separate book, and then each let's see here, you get the Adam West scrapbook. It's a hardcover book that Adam West put together, and then you have all the seasons. Season 1, just separate little cases. Season 2, season 3, but it's the entire show. And I know this is like the world's cheesiest TV series to ever exist, but they played the hell out of this in the 80s when I was a kid, and reruns like crazy, and I loved it. I was at the time I was more into Robin than anything. I loved Robin. I remember my dad actually made me a Robin costume. Did really good on it, and I'd run around wearing it all the time. But I have so many memories of the old school Batman series, and when I seen this, I knew I had to own it, and it was probably like $100 at the time. And I don't think these are really expensive. Like they're probably still around the same, if not cheaper. But I just think it's a really cool set, and it's just I love it. It's just so badass. Definitely my favorite DC Marvel piece that I have.
Yeah, the colors actually are kind of perfect for that. The inside greens and the purples and everything.
Yes, I love it.
All right, Tony, what do you got?
Okay, next item is another one that I bought from Fox Connect back in 2013. I only paid $30 for this because it was on sale on their website, but it is the original Planet of the Apes collection. It's got the hair, so I keep the plastic.
He combs it every day. It still looks really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. But it has the green jumpsuit like thing. It's got the disc in the back, and it has all of the original films. It's probably never been opened, so I'm probably not going to open it.
Yeah, don't open it.
It does
Yeah,
have
don't
all
open
the films in here, which I enjoy. I grew up watching all these classic Planet of the Apes films.
Yeah.
What year was that when you bought that?
2013, $30.
Yeah, $30 is
Wow.
probably 5,000.
Actually, I have opened this up, so it comes in this. And then
No, I see. There was a brief time where seasons of TV shows were coming in a little square like that. You know, I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody remembers that. Like
Mm.
it was it Spartacus on Showtime or Stars or
Yeah.
whatever came in a little
Mhm.
square like this.
But yeah, I do anything that's a really nice display for the shelf, without the plastic on the head. But it's got like a hard plastic face. It's got the
Mhm.
hair, and it's got the zippers that unzip. So yeah,
I'd have to
my
agree. A little better than the other one.
number 3. You like that one better than the other one?
Yeah, for sure.
This is definitely smaller. This right here looks large, but it's one of those. It's small. I mean, look at the
Mhm.
head. I don't have a big
No matter
head.
where you turn, it keeps staring at me. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, no, that's a little creepy, Tony. That's something if you were
Kind of
dark
creepy
and
do eyes.
tired. It was dark and tired, and you walked into the room, and
Yeah. Now sometimes it talks to me when I'm watching TV.
yeah,
So I keep a bag over its head.
it's like magic. That's why the face is covered so it can't talk.
Right? Exactly.
All right. So my next one is going to be Lord of the Rings set.
Yeah,
Again, get your camera ready because I can easily fuck this up.
he's gonna rip it apart.
So it opens like this. And you got all the news from the Hobbit series and Lord of the Rings in here. And the packaging on this thing is really unique. Let me get the whole thing open here and I'll show you what the whole thing looks like. And this is another looks really good on the shelf.
It's really interesting how you can display it so many ways. So
Yeah.
whatever room you got, you can set it up.
And of course,
To
on the
fit
back side, you
yourself.
have. I don't speak English. If you guys do, y'all can translate.
Mhm.
And then it just closes back together again. I usually keep it on the shelf like this because it takes up less room. But when you can also put it on the shelf, showing all the
Typical spines
different
out.
releases.
You know?
They all got the numbers on there. And that big box is going to be your special features, and I'll show you what else inside there. But each one of these slips it really nice, really clean.
Wow.
So
The box reminds me of one of those Chinese puzzle box things.
Yeah.
kind of what it's like.
Great
And of
reach
course,
like this.
this is the box that's got all the special features in it. and it's basically just a special features disc. And so here's the disc that has the special feature disc on it. Now, one thing I was really upset about is I used to have the metal set of all the Lord of the Rings and all the Hobbits separately. And I wish I'd have kept that because that had so many special features on it. This was supposed to be the ultimate end-all, be-all collection, and most of those special features are not on this. 80% of them are not.
Bare bones.
So-
That's what that is.
Is
So
that
that
for-
was I was pretty pissed about that.
Is it the extended editions?
Yeah,
all-
they're all extended. Everything's the
just
same except for the
missing it.
features.
Gotcha.
And the
Okay.
metal 10 sets, whatever, you got just hours and hours and hours of special features.
Yeah.
And
That's 4K. That's it.
yeah, it's all 4K. And these cards here are just really, really nice. If you're into that kind of shit.
What was that thing new? $170?
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I knew it was pricey. And that's why when it came in, I said, that's it. That's the collection I need. I sold my other sets, whatever, to pay for it. And once I got it in, and like, where's all the special features at? I mean, there's got to be 20 hours of special features on those other sets. So at some
Yeah.
point, I'm going to go and buy those sets again just for the special features.
Are you talking
That's
about the
bullshit.
steelbook sets?
What's that?
Are you talking about the steelbook sets?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, this here, when I seen it, you go watch, I have a video of me unboxing this. And this movie is very special to me and my son. I think I almost tear up in the video. So when I actually showed this on camera for the first time. I got it in the mail and I showed it on camera. So when I'm showing it, my emotions were like, wow. So go out and find that video on my channel. So it's one of my better ones. So that is my number 3. That is 3, right?
The gorgeous set, man.
Yeah, it's really nice,
Yeah,
and
it's a
it
beautiful set.
probably does go stupid money now.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I should have checked that. Really not sure.
Figure it out. All right, let's catch up with the chat and get on to number 2. Riverman, Alley, Black, Xmas needs and deserves a collector's edition. Really should have been an old school Scream Factory collector's edition. Even if it was a Blu-ray, that's fine. That'd be nice. Sculptor got Black Xmas. Yeah, the German release is the best we've got from the 3-disc one. That's what Sculptor's talking about here. Unrated cut. Yeah, that's the one I have, and that I would recommend just going and getting that. I think it's $26. Or wait for a 4K. A Lionsgate 4K slip or steelbook, it would sell. But who knows? Chris is saying 10 times the terror DVD set for Lionsgate release. Volume 2. Yeah, the DVD, you can get the DVD unrated pretty easily. But Blu-ray, it's only rated on the US for some reason. Sydney Pops Movie Recommendation Trilogy, Department Q, 2013-2016, Keeper of the Lost Causes, The Absent One, and Conspiracy of Faith, a Denmark series, all 3, 4, or 5. I'm not familiar with that at all. Department Q.
Damn, so you got me. I'm busy.
I was just gonna say that you're gonna be a busy guy.
Yeah.
Jeff, I'm still a big fan of HD DVD. It was always cheaper than Blue, and the players are cheap. Plus, you can get the Hitcher remake in HD. You can get the Hitcher remake from Australia, I think, on Blu-ray. I have it somewhere here. Chris C. Nice set of Possession. Have the Umbrella release. Yeah, I think Possession's getting a 4K now. Chris is saying HD DVD is cheaper until it becomes a quirky. Remember those discs from the PSP handheld gaming system?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm sure that's like, yeah, once it becomes like a hip, cool thing, people going nuts for it. It'll be like VHS or something. Alley, the American Psycho Super. I almost didn't put that on my list. I feel like everybody has that, but they should have it. And if they don't have it, go out and buy it, because now you can get it on Walmart shelves for $20. But yeah, I love that steelbook. By far my favorite steelbook. American Steelbook. Yeah, it's the same disc. It's really just packaging you're getting from that steelbook. So if you don't feel like you need it, if you don't own the movie, that's the way to get it.
Yeah,
So
it's just really
look,
cool artwork.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's back in print and it's cheap. Have Trini throw one in your box. Send over. Chris, American Psycho is the best looking 4K I've seen. See, like I really like that 4K too. I think that's a great scan, but a lot of people for some reason say it's not that good. Like it maybe doesn't have the right grain or whatever, but I think it looks really nice on 4K. Chris C's talking about the Batman set that Tommy pulled. Bob Wrangler saw Batman 89 with my dad and mom. Took me to see it in theaters. I was 4 or 5 years old. Yeah, I think a lot of people saw it in theaters. I
graduated high school, 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, I think I saw it in theaters when I was a kid too. Trini, damn, Toy still has the plastic. Mine is going bald.
Yep, I should have kept the plastic on, I should have kept the plastic on my head. Maybe I could have kept some of my hair.
He's down there rubbing the Propecia into the thing's scalp, once a month to keep it fresh. Cindy Eubanks, Brad, thanks for the recommendation that you did in the movie District 9. Yeah, that's a great foreign film. First see Lord of the Rings set is very nice. Yeah, it's a good looking set. I really like that it's modular and you can, for whatever shelving system you got, whatever room you got, you can make it work. First see Planet of the Apes. Well, maybe not the last one of the night. We'll see. All right, on to number 2 here.
All right, so couldn't come to this stream without mentioning something from Scream Factory. Was thinking about picking that Halloween box set that came out in like 2014, but I figured like a few people would have that. So I didn't go with that, even though that is a great set, by the way. I'll just give it an honorable mention. But I ended up going with, I'm going to use this as a pair because this is how they were released. And this is what started it all with Scream Factory. It's the Halloween 2 and Halloween 3 collector's editions. So these were the first 2 that came out from Scream Factory, released on the same day. What was special about this was that even though like Halloween 2 originally had a regular standalone Blu-ray before with the was that Terror in the Isles special feature on it, and then a couple years later when Scream Factory got the rights, so they put this out, and it actually didn't have the that documentary on it, but this was loaded. I mean, loaded with special features that the other Blu-ray didn't have. So that was what Scream Factory started becoming popular for. They just loaded it up with special features. And Halloween 3, this was the first time it ever came to a Blu-ray. So this was really like, them putting out the slip covers and like the brand new art. And like I said, the special features. Look at the back of 3. I mean, 3's even.
That's 2.
That's 2, yeah. 3's even loaded with features.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, Halloween 2 and 3. I mean, this is what started it off for Scream Factory, and this really set the precedence of what they've been putting out. Obviously, Universal and MGM were like the first 2 deals they had, and they were really pumping out these blue banners. They were pumping them out every month. They were just hitting bangers left and right. They started with these 2, then they had They Live, which was another good one. They had Terror Train, The Funhouse. They just kept pumping out the classics for a few years, and then obviously 10 years later now, it's 10-year anniversary, we're getting a lot of they've been in the 4K for like 2 years now. So a lot of these movies that they put out are now just getting double and triple dipped in Steelbook and 4K now. So that's kind of getting annoying when it comes to being a collector, because me and Tommy, I mean, this is what pretty much started me and Tommy's friendship was Scream Factory. This is a line that I've been collecting ever since these came out. So this really started the bug for me. I'm sure Tony can agree.
Yeah, that's exactly the first 2 that I bought.
Yep. So and these were advertised like crazy all over social media. Facebook was showing all like the horror websites, because the big draw for it was this being first time to disc. So, once I bought these 2, I never stopped. I just never stopped. And obviously if you're a Scream Factory fan, you got to get the movies with the slip covers within the first 3 months, or you're not going to, you're
not guaranteed a slip.
And I wasn't really into slips at the time when I got these. I didn't really care for them. But like when you see what the thing they do is, they put the slip on it with the alternate art, and then underneath you have the theatrical art. So that's pretty cool. They did that option. But what really started my slip craze with this was that I waited for them. Like another one they did was Sleepaway Camp, and Sleepaway Camp and Terror Train. Like that was pretty cool. So I ended up waiting a few years. Like I just kind of put Scream Factory on hold. Like I'm like, yeah, I'll get them here and there, and I'll just pick them up from time to time. But I'm like, for some reason, I waited on Terror Train, and I'm like, I have the DVD. Why do I need the Blu-ray now? I can wait. I didn't know about the 3-month slip rule at the time. So then I'm finally like, all right, I'm getting the itch to buy some more. I'm going to put in an order. So I put in an order for Terror Train, Slumber Party Massacre, and Sleepaway Camp. I knew Slumber Party Massacre wouldn't have a slip because it was never advertised as one. But as soon as I opened that Amazon package and I saw Terror Train just with the cellophane, I'm like, no! Like that made me sick. That literally made me sick because I know, like, I'm like, how am I going to get this now? How am I going to find this slipcover? So I went on Facebook and I just put it out I put a bunch of groups and a bunch of posts. I'm like, can somebody please sell me this piece of cardboard? I need it for my collection.
Well, they don't send me slips.
I know. You'll know. Then you can stop worrying about it.
Craig, I didn't start collecting Scream Factory till 2019, and I now have all of them. So I had to go back and find all those slips.
Oh yeah, I can't imagine that.
That was an expensive pain in my ass.
That's what I'm going to do.
I was lucky enough that I was offering. I'm like, I will pay somebody $20 to send me this piece of cardboard, please. I need it. It's like it was like a pit in my stomach that I was missing this thing. And some dude just messaged me. He's like, hey man, I was just gonna throw this away. I'll just send it to you for free. What's your address? And I'm like, really? Oh my god. So some random guy just sends it to me in the mail, and I finally got the slip for it. And then once I realized how desperate you are for the slipcover, I never stopped with the pre-orders or ordering it within a week when it comes out. And I've been collecting ever since. And that's how how me and Tommy became friends. I started watching his updates and stuff, and I would comment on his videos like, hey man, when are you gonna collect Scream Factory? So I kind of like inadvertently forced Tommy. I kind of inadvertently forced Tommy to start collecting these things.
Yeah, he was some stranger just buying me movies and sending them. I'm like, why is this guy buying me all these movies? I don't even know him.
But I was talking about you're like, yeah, man, Scream Factory, that's like 300 titles, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, but I only collect the collector's editions and then a few scattered non-collector's editions here and there. And he showed you the picture, you're like, okay, I get it now.
You shouldn't have. You sent that picture, and his life has been a living hell ever since.
Once during the war, I dated it. Yeah. These are absolute gems, and obviously with the 4Ks out and the Steelbooks out now, you could probably find these pretty cheap. I mean, I know Brad has that. Brad, you always have that saying like a 4K is another reason to push the Blu-rays out the door. So like once the Steelbooks came out and then the 4K hard boxes came out. Like these, you can find these anywhere pretty much for like $20, maybe even less.
But you can't get rid of them because, like, other than the fact that they're collector's editions, but you can't get rid of them because they're like the first ones.
They are. They are numbers 1 and 2, and I will never get rid of these. They hold a special place in my heart, and they really kicked off my addiction to the Scream Factory line. And then I can thank Train for really solidifying that slip addiction for me.
Those both came out September 18th, 2012.
Yep.
And I bought mine the next day, September 19th, 2012, and paid $19 for it.
Tony, did you get it from Shout Factory's website?
Nope, I got it from Amazon because I didn't even know about their website at that point.
Because one of the big draws for that, like the site exclusive, if you bought Halloween 2, it came with the Haddonfield Memorial Nurse's hat.
Yeah, I didn't even know about their website at that point.
Yep. And then 3, I don't think 3 had anything exclusive with it. But another thing that was hard to find, though, like people were peeling these stickers off. So you can still find it with the stickers on it. That's a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
So I kept the stickers on mine.
Yeah, me too. And the same way with the Terror Train. It's got a sticker on it.
And the buy sticker was another big thing. If you couldn't find that slip with the buy sticker, it wasn't even worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my number 2, this little set right here. So this is the Scream Factory Addiction right here.
Hell yeah.
Mine are all still sealed up too. I've never opened them.
Yep.
Alright.
Number two.
Number 2, it's going to be the turbine, the thing like deluxe big box fat boy.
It's like a
Loaded
shoebox.
with a bunch. Yeah. I think this came out like maybe like 2016, something like that. 2017.
A NECA figure. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, like
That's what I thought it was.
HD came with like a Outpost 31 patch. Came with a copy of the
Soundtrack?
2011 The Thing,
Oh,
still
okay.
sealed. Some art cards. Couple Thing posters. Came with Who Goes There? George Scott Campbell. I don't know, a book full of I think it's like essays on the Thing, and like
And is that is that a digipack or? slip box?
yeah, kind of. Like, that's pretty cool on the back.
Yeah, that's a great image.
Oh, it's like a slip.
Side loader with a digipack in it.
And with a digipack in it.
Wow,
That's pretty awesome.
That's nice.
But yeah, this was like my first turbine pickup.
that is
It's a
sweet.
German company. Tony loves that company.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a great company.
Yeah, they put a lot of love into their releases.
Yeah, they ripped Tony off. That's why I said that. But they do have great stuff.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2. Again, very boring release. I don't care. This is the prototype for me as far as what a boutique physical media release should be. And it's affordable. It's still available. It's the Dark Sky release of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 4K. You know, you get yourself a slip that's nice. You know, different artwork on the inside. How hard is that? You know, that's pretty much what they all should be.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loaded with features, way too many to mention. Multiple commentaries. My favorite features on it, obviously the dark. They use the Turbine Media scan. I think that's the right scan for this. But the bonus features, multiple documentaries. I've been through it all before, but the Shocking Truth documentary is a full-length documentary. It's a year 2000, I think. All the cast members come back, all the crew members come back, and they talk for 90 minutes about it. It's a great documentary. There are other documentaries on here also. I also like the Friedkin and Hooper featurette. It's an hour long. It's a conversation between William Friedkin and Toby Hooper where they talk Texas Chainsaw Massacre on a panel in front of an audience. That's a great feature that is only available on this release. But yeah, I have no complaints with this. I think this was $24 brand new with the slip, still available. Like I said, probably about the same price. I haven't looked it up. This was last year, I think, 2023. So yeah, if you haven't got this, I think it's a must own. There are a million releases of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So
You said that's a scan that you recommend, right?
yeah, this is the scan that I like the best personally.
Okay.
This is the Turbine Media scan. It's the German scan. So there is a second sight scan that's also very good. It's different, but it's also very good. You can't go wrong with either of those new scans, but there's a million releases of this. Tony has a great video where he goes through all of his releases of the movie. But to me, like I said, the prototype for a boutique release is this release, packed with bonus features, slip artwork that's different than the insert artwork, and cheap. You know, it doesn't have to be $70. This thing was $25. So yeah, I'm
Awesome slipcover, man. I love that.
yeah, I literally have. You know, I like to complain. I have no complaints with this release. I'm very happy with it.
I heard Second Sight, like they kind of, when they remastered it, they made it look like crystal clear. Whereas
It looks very good.
Dark Sky still has that grindhouse look to it.
Yeah.
I mean,
They left some of those elements dirty to give it some of that grindhouse feel. I like that a little more, but they're
There needs
both
to be a
really
little bit
good.
of grit there.
They're both very, very good. Don't get me wrong. Either way, Second Sight or that, I have both. So I mean, I'm happy with it the way it is.
That's cool that they put a slip on it because like Dark Sky Films, they're not big on slips. At least, like I saw them in Texas. I went to their booth and I was talking to the guys there, and I'm asking them. They had another release, a movie coming out, and I was asking them if it was going to come with a slip or not. And the guy didn't even know what I was even talking about.
Yeah, what is that? What's a
I'm
slip?
like, you know, like the cardboard slip cover, like on your Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he looks over at it on the table. He's like, "Oh, one of those things. Oh yeah, we don't really do those. That was a special thing we did." I'm like, okay, this conversation's going nowhere.
I'm glad I brought it up, sir.
I know.
But if you got the other one, the Second Sight release, the only thing you're going to be missing, the scan's different, and you're going to be missing that 1 hour conversation between Toby Hooper and Friedkin about the movie. So if you can live without that, that's no big deal. But the Steelbook's still available. That's still available with the slip. I still see that with the slip, even on that Walmart shelf. So big fan of that.
All right, well, I'm finally gonna show a nice boring one here, but yeah, I mean, I had to put this in this top 5, but this isn't news to anybody. My all-time favorite movie, The Wraith.
Yeah.
And I think what I was most happy about is, you know, I was waiting for this movie to come to Blu-ray forever, and I was hoping that when the day came, it would be put out by a boutique label. And Craig and I were both pretty certain that it was going to be Vestron. And I'm glad it's Vestron. They're definitely one of my favorite boutique labels. I know there's nothing special really about them. I think Vestron, I like Vestron just because it was like the first boutique label I got into after Scream Factory. And when I didn't really know of any other boutique labels, I started collecting all the Vestrons, and I was hoping that Vestron would put this out, and they ended up doing it. And so we got, you know, the cool slipcover on it. I was hoping, being my favorite movie, we'd have a slipcover on it, but it's definitely got some cool featurettes on it. It's got the Wraith filming location video that was done by that one YouTuber.
Sean Clark.
Did an awesome filming location video, and he got it on this release, which is pretty cool. It's not many people know about this movie, but I've talked endlessly about this, why it's my favorite movie. It'll always be my favorite movie. It's so cool. It's definitely a movie that anybody who were to see this today for the first time, you'd probably be like, "This is your favorite movie. What's wrong with you?" But I grew up on it, and there was just something about this that I loved growing up as a kid. But I'm really happy we finally got it on Blu-ray. I'm glad Vestron put it out. Happy it's got a slip cover so I can actually watch it, because, you know, if it doesn't have a slip, you can't watch it.
Won't play without a slip cover.
Damn right.
So I'm hoping that now that Vestron is re-releasing their titles on Steelbook, I really hope we get a Steelbook for this.
Yeah, that would be a good looking. You know, have the car involved and stuff.
Yeah,
it could be a really cool.
They could do some cool stuff for the artwork, but yeah, this almost made it to my number 1. But I'm like, it's too boring of a release to be my number 1.
Well, if you're into like media books at all, I'm pretty sure they have some pretty cool media books, like with some really cool artwork on them. Like they got like the Wraith on them. I think I've seen one with the car on it before.
Really? I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
I have the only metal pack I own in my collection. I have a metal pack for the movie. I don't know if it's German or something, but it's got a cool lenticular cover on it, and it's pretty sweet. But as far as Blu-ray, that's the only ones I own. But I would buy anything of this movie. I own it on every format, and if they have media books out there, I'm gonna have to go look them up and buy them.
I think they're German. Like, I almost got one, but I had already picked up the Vestron release when it came out.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen that movie. It really is a hidden gem. And I think that Blu-ray goes for $5.99, $7.99.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
very
steal for that
reasonable.
price.
It's a really underrated movie too.
My dumb ass had to buy 2 copies so I could keep one sealed.
Keep one sealed naturally.
I do the same thing.
All right, Tony. Let's see what Tony's number 2 is.
Okay, so number 2 is from 2009. I bought this, and this is another one I bought from the Fox Connect website, and it is my T2.
Oh,
Jesus.
Yep, it has light up effects
Jesus fucking.
and sounds.
I gotta follow this. My shit, I gotta go behind this.
And it does have a place where it holds the movies. Let me.
He pushes a button and like steam comes out.
Actually, I'm not even going to try to release the back. I'm afraid it's
Don't
gonna
worry,
break.
don't break anything, Tony.
But yeah, it's another just really nice display piece. These all I have boxes that all these things stay in until I want to show the room, and then I get them out of the box. But they stay protected. But it's like a plastic, but it's very shiny and chromy. I mean, if you left this out all the time, I think the silver chrome would probably
With
fade
red
off.
doll, yeah.
it fades.
But it does come with the films back here in this little area. Like I said, I don't know that I could. Well, actually, I think it's going to come out. No, I'm not going to force it.
Don't break it. Don't break
But
it.
Yeah.
that's my number 2. I love it.
Yeah, I remember when they first dropped that Terminator 2 like HD release, like with the arm. I
Yeah.
bought that right away, like, and
Yeah, I
they
missed out on
canceled it.
that. Yeah, I missed out
Yeah.
on because I bought that one also. I also bought the Wolverine claw-like thing. And
The
sold out pretty
Origins,
quick,
or
too. Yeah.
yeah,
And that thing's probably pretty reasonable on eBay right now, I would assume.
So this right here, I paid, I think, right about $40 for it, and I think it sells. Well, at one time, it was selling for almost $500.
yeah, easily $40. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
ridiculous.
I heard if you get too close to that, you actually get terminated.
If you do, yeah. If you get close to this one, watch out.
Tony's gonna terminate you.
Exactly.
All right, I gotta follow that, but I'm gonna try. This is actually gonna be a world premiere here. I got a video recorded, but I haven't edited it yet. So
This is cool.
y'all still watch the video when it comes out, even though you've seen it here. But favorite movie, arguably between this and Rocky. But this is the Jaws complete collection.
Whoa.
And this is the box that I got special made. Love that artwork there. You got the image of the shark, final
That's
shot,
Great shot.
and there's the top of the box. And the best part about it is that image of the spines.
Yeah.
And you take all these out, and each one is a hard side loader that holds the steelbook.
Yeah,
Holy
that's pretty good.
And there's the,
That's
Wow,
really
that's a great image there too.
and so you can put the Blu-ray with the slip in here or the steelbook for everyone. And there's part 2.
It matches the steelbook.
Yeah. And of course, I got 3 and 4 coming. I already got them pre-ordered. But there's artwork. I love this artwork here. Never seen that before.
Yeah. It was a 3D movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see the theaters in 3D.
Yeah, that box is nice.
And there's look the Revenge. So bad it's
The
good.
best in the series.
So like I said, these are all really well made, real sturdy. The best thing about these is they're gonna keep your steelbook safe.
Mm-hmm.
You said that was a custom made thing?
Yeah, there's a guy on he's on Facebook and Etsy. It's called Blockbuster box sets. And when he comes out with these, they're only available for like a short amount of time, and they just go away. The video I'm going to do, whatever I'm going to put out soon, is going to be this, and I got 2 others I'm going to show as well on the video. That should be out here probably as soon as I can get it done. But I mean, everybody knows how much I love Jaws, and I got this room. Great way to fucking display it. I'm fucking thrilled over this set. So
now you have to rate them, Pops.
Yeah, rate the 4 movies.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, done.
Fair enough.
But yeah, man, this very well done. This guy does great work. Blockbuster box sets. You can find him on Facebook and Etsy.
My favorite is Cruel Jaws.
That's a good pick. Alan's a preferred customer, so he gets the early drop. He just go ahead. He has his credit card on file, and he just
they just charge it and send
Just
it.
charge me whatever. Just send it. And by the way, after this box, my thing is crazy. I think this box was $75. But like I said, the artwork is fucking top notch.
That's pretty badass, isn't it, Craig?
Quality.
Yeah.
No
if you're a
movie
fan.
I'll pay it. So
That might be the only way you could ever get the first movie associated with the sequels. Just
Yeah.
that.
What's up with that?
obviously not near as good, but I love them all.
Fuck yeah, man.
Cindy Eubanks. Question: what was the first movie that you had to watch in high school?
High
school?
The Client.
The Client.
Oh, I love that movie.
I'm not sure what that is. I'm not familiar with that. The Client.
It's
But Tommy Lee Jones,
Brad Renfro,
Brad Renfro.
Susan Sarandon.
Tommy
Yeah.
Lee Wallace, or not Tommy Lee Wallace.
It's what's Arthur's name? The Brett writes the books. He did the Firm.
John
Tom
Grisham.
Cruise. John Grissom.
Yeah.
John Grisham.
Yep.
Joel Schumacher film.
I
I
was gonna
introduced
work
that movie
on-
to Craig a couple years.
That was a cool movie.
I was in a work release program in high school. The movie that I can think of was I worked at FedEx. One of my jobs was at FedEx, and in orientation they play Castaway. And I remember thinking everybody else is in school, and I'm here at orientation watching Castaway at FedEx.
Yeah, I don't remember in high school. I know we watched Rocky 3 in 6th grade, last day of school. First time I had seen Rocky 3 was in one shot class.
It's probably the first experience I ever had where I realized how much better books can be than the movie as far as the detail.
Yeah. All right. Chris C. I have the Universal release of Halloween 2 as well. Yeah. Both Scream Factory, no slips though. Trini, yep, Scream Factory got me into collecting slips. Yeah, that's a problem. There should be a class action lawsuit against Scream Factory.
Is everybody else the same? Nobody gave a shit about slips on DVDs?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that was pretty much the case before that happened.
Or like anytime you went to Walmart, most of their movies at the time, DVD or Blu-ray, they usually came with slip cases.
Yeah, I didn't give a shit about them until Scream Factory.
And well, the fact that they were different, there was reversible art on the inside and stuff, it made it, more collectible. And the fact that they're made of cardboard and they can be destroyed so easily.
It kind of made me think back to VHS, because VHS had a cardboard sleeve,
That's a great. He's talking about the H2 Blu-ray Steelbook from Scream Factory. That's a really nice Steelbook. The one with the fire,
Yeah.
I've got that one.
Craig is a slip whore.
He would not leave Trini alone until he got that thinner slip.
Oh my god. Well, that's the thing though, because we were in a slipcover group on Facebook and people were unloading their slips. And when I saw that thinner had a slip, some guy had it in a lot, and I woke up from, was getting up for work the next morning. I checked Facebook, and there's that posting for that thinner. So I'm like, oh shit. And then I messaged the guy and he goes, some guy named Jason Ryan just bought it. And I'm like, Who's Jason Ryan?
Yeah, why don't we cool it with Trini's first and last name on the stream?
But I still remember it, and then I'm like, oh, I know who that is. So I had to message him like, hey, it's the day after he just paid for it. I'm like, whenever you're ready to sell that slip, I'll buy it from you. I said, you have no idea how much I need this in my collection. And then I would hound him like every other day for a couple months. And then he's like, oh, for Christ's sake, here.
Take the damn thing.
Yeah.
Trini's saying trade and save. Tony knows what I'm talking about, the good old days.
Yeah, Best Buy. You bring in a DVD, and they give you a $5 reward certificate to purchase something else with.
That's cool.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, Trini. Everybody here has dealt with Trini, back and forth, traded, whatever. Yeah, everybody kind of, you can miss out on stuff pretty easy, and if you're waiting for a sale, the slip can go. Things happen.
That's the whole thing that I love about the community. Also, is the fact that people help each other out, which is always great.
Yep.
Ever since 4K, man,
Well,
I
some
can't.
people do.
I have a box of Blu-ray slip covers. I probably have 1,000 slip covers, and I can't give that shit away anymore.
Chris C. Damn comes with the book. Who goes there? Yeah, we're talking about the
thing box.
the thing box set. Corey, what's going on, man?
What's up, Corey?
Saying hey to Corey.
Hey, Corey.
Chris talking about the Texas Chainsaw 4K slip. Yeah, it's a nice release. Scalder, I have the old Second Sight blue of TCM. I've not checked it out yet. Yeah, you can't go wrong with really any of them. There's a lot of great releases for that movie. There's I happen to like that German scan the most. Chris C's talking about Vestron Extreme Prejudice. Yeah, that's a really good movie too. Vestron, and what I like about Vestron is they're affordable. They're reasonably priced. The slip stays around for a long time. I think it's a good value for money.
Now you get.
Colin's still in the chat. Talking about the Terminator set. Scalder, all those head bus sets look so nice. I have none. Yeah, well, might see what number one is.
I think Tony's the only person in the world that has them.
Hard to store.
No Jaws 5, yeah.
Yeah, Jaws 5 didn't make the cut.
Scholar, damn in my country, we do a thing called learning instead of watching movies in high school. Yeah, well, what he's saying is like sometimes you watch. There's educational videos too. Like every once in a while, like there might be a day where the teacher takes the day off and puts on a math movie, like Stand and Deliver or something like that.
Yeah, or the last day of school, last week of school.
Yeah,
or whatever. They'll have like a special whatever.
I tried watching Home Alone 2 with my health class students just around Christmas break. And I guess this generation just doesn't care for older movies. I threw Home Alone 2 on because it was free on YouTube. And like some of the kids are like, this is boring, bruh. Stuff like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's boring. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Should have went with the first one.
And then I'm like, they weren't into it because it's like a TikTok generation. Like they need fast-paced, like quick videos. So I'm like, all right, let me just fast forward to the traps. So I fast forward to the brick scene where Marv's getting pelted with the bricks. I had maybe 3 kids out of 30 that laughed, and that was it. It just couldn't hold their attention. I was very surprised.
There's something wrong with kids nowadays.
But then the 2 kids were like, yeah, this movie's boring. Like Elf is the best Christmas movie of all time. I'm like, what? I wanted to go into a debate right there, but it's okay. I didn't want to let it ruin my day.
They just haven't seen smooth cover versions yet.
You kids better hope you don't need a recommendation. All right, Craig, number 1. All right, Craig.
Yeah. All right, Craig. Am I frozen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Say cheese.
Why can we hear you though? Let's go to Steve while Craig works on that.
Where am I?
All right.
He's trying to figure it out. Mute your
Number
mic.
one with the bullet.
I can't hit the button.
All right, I'm going to kick you out of the stream. Hit the link again and come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, that
The
whole
internet's
ridiculous.
Like, the whole browser's frozen. Fuck.
So yeah, this thing is still sealed. It's again a release from Turbine. So if you can like remember all this shit that was in that big thing box that I just opened up, but like there's it's got like the soundtrack remastered on CD for the first time, HDR. I don't know if you can really see it here, but the artwork on the digipack looks badass. It's like it's kind of like a dissolve of Jack, like in different stages of decay.
Cool.
Comes with art cards, some coasters, some posters.
Literally
And,
coasters. Yeah, I remember that.
yeah, but
What few
this
releases
what
that have
movie is it?
coasters?
American Werewolf in London. But they released this like just before the pandemic, and I ordered it day one, and like it just kind of disappeared, or like it stayed in one place, like in shipping. So it didn't move. I got a hold of Turbine, like they really weren't too much help. And that thing was just in limbo for like 3 months. Like I never thought I was going to get it. And it just showed up one day. So I lucked out.
Which that doesn't always happen with Turbo, as Tony will tell you.
No.
They were very hard to deal with. I ordered all 4 of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre steelbooks, all the variant covers. Only got 1. The other 3 never did arrive,
That sucks.
and they were
wow.
no help to me whatsoever.
Did you get a refund on any of it?
None of it.
Wow.
Wow. That's some Vivision shit there.
Yeah.
That's-
Germany for you.
That's pretty horrid.
All right. Well, Craig will be back when he gets back. My number 1. If I can grab it here. I bought the standard edition of this. I had the Dark Sky previous release. I actually traded Dirk for it. He had Arrow was doing this thing where they had a problem with Royal Mail. Stuff was getting lost in the mail. They would send us replacements, and then that would get lost in the mail. And sometimes you end up with 3 orders. Anyway, I traded Dirk for the standard edition of this, and realized that the limited edition had more bonus features, so I had to get that instead. And it's the Arrow Video Henry 4K set. It's one of my few limited editions. I don't know why there's not better artwork on the back of that, but I thought that the standard edition would have the same features. This has significantly more. This also comes with 2 booklets that have never been opened. I don't know. They're pretty. Yeah, I don't know. It's like got storyboard stuff in it. Not my kind of thing. There's another booklet in here that I don't know. Also, what's in this? Yeah, I don't know. Not my kind of thing. There's a couple posters in here too. But I'm really more into it for the features. I bought it for the features. This has tons of, like I said, I think there's 4 commentaries from the writer-director, John McNaughton. There's 4 separate interviews, new and archival, both of those. New commentaries, old commentaries. There's also new and archival interviews with the writer-director, John McNaughton. There is I forget, about an hour featurette about, it's called Defending Henry. Joe Bob Briggs is on it. Some other critics is on it. John McNaughton's on it. They talk about the movie and how the struggles they had with the MPAA and the reception of the movie and all sorts of things. There is a feature-length documentary. I forget what it's called. It's on this release. It's a great documentary from the year 2000. Michael Rooker comes back. Tom Towles comes back. the lead female actress comes back. John McNaughton's on it. The producers are on it. It's definitely the definitive documentary for this movie. This is probably the best release we'll ever get of it. I can't see, it's just not a very popular movie, and it's a brutal and uncomfortable movie to watch. So I don't really see us getting up. But I love this movie. I'm a huge fan of it. It's probably in my top 5. So yeah, very happy to get this. Like I said, the original one that I bought only came with this disc. You missed out on all this other stuff. So I had to actually get the limited edition to get all the bonus features. But yeah, that's my number 1. I'm very happy with this release.
That's pretty rare. I don't think Arrow does that very often.
They don't do it very often. They do it with Tremors. Tremors had the deluxe edition has more features than the standard release, but they dropped all the bonus discs for the standard release. This has reverse art, but this is the original poster that some fancy artist, I don't remember his name.
He does a lot of serial killer art.
Yeah, there's a bonus feature on here where it talks about the poster, and he's interviewed. I mean, it's got tons of stuff, but I'm just trying to pick out the higher points. That Defending Henry and then the making of is kind of what you're in it for as far as the bonus features. But this is by far my favorite release in the collection. But if you're looking for bonus features, you have to get the deluxe. Probably out of print, but probably still available to get reasonable. I think this was $34.99 at Orbit, something like that. And I think he probably still has copies because, it's Henry. How many people even want a 4K of Henry? But yeah, that's my number 1. All right, Craig.
Okay. So my number 1, this isn't really a surprise to anybody, but this movie has a very special meaning to me, and it was, actually released on my birthday, like 4 years ago. It's one of the movies that me and Tommy always go like, hey, we need this to come to 4K. Like, this is a must if this ever gets 4K release. We've made about every spoof cover based off of this movie, and that's Home Alone on 4K. So this was supposed to be at the time the last physical media release that Disney was going to do right when the pandemic hit, and for a while it was. It was this and Hocus Pocus came out the same day, and they didn't do many 4Ks. They were just doing like they stopped with the studio stuff. They were just doing new releases at the time, like the Marvel stuff. But apparently these sold very well. Like this and Hocus Pocus sold very well, and they started doing like Speed came back, and then Heat came out, and then Fox realized like, oh shit, we got something here now. Like now Disney took over. But yeah, like I said, it was very strange that they decided to release this on my actual birthday. Tommy was like, that's got to be like that's a sign. That's literally a sign.
What are the odds?
I don't know, but it was cool to get it. I will say like this, from what I've heard on like different reviews on YouTube, like this was the last true transfer that Fox did before Disney bought them out. I know it's got the Disney packaging and everything, like 20th Century Studios, but Fox was working on like their true restoration of this before Disney picked it up. I think Star Wars Episode 4, New Hope, was another one of their last final transfers. That and the Die Hard before Disney took it over. But yeah, so with the HDR and like having it being shot on 35 millimeter film, this movie looks gorgeous in 4K. Tommy, I don't know if you popped your disc in and watched it on 4K, but it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, I watched it.
With all the colors, all the scenes, with the house all lit up. It is beautiful. If you go on Netflix and you watch the documentary show called The Films That Made Us, you can see all the behind the scenes and how they did this movie, and like with the sets and everything, how the set director made everything green and red in the house to make it, Christmas style. So if you rewatch it, look how the whole house is red and green inside, just to make it that Christmassy feel. Next week, me and Tommy are going to go out and we're going to do a vlog out in Chicago to see the filming locations of Home Alone. I went out like maybe 5 or 6 years ago to see the house, and it was covered by a construction fence because they were redoing the whole front yard, and They dug up the U-shaped driveway and they were redoing everything. So you really couldn't see the house unless you walked up to the fence and peeked through it. But now that the house is up for sale right now, it's listed for like $5 million. But now, like all the construction fence is down. Me and Tommy are gonna go up and take a picture at the house and everything. Go see the filming locations like the church, the grocery store, pretty much all the local spots out in Winnetka, Chicago. But yeah, we still don't have a sequel to this on 4K yet. I have a feeling why. Maybe it's that down the hall and to the left scene, and that's probably why we don't have it. It's very possible. You know, people want to bitch about everything, but if there's just that one scene, who cares? Just put it on 4K. It'll sell well.
But they play it on Disney Plus. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. So if you want to watch it in 4K, you got to watch it on Disney Plus. I haven't seen that transfer yet. Hopefully, it looks gorgeous because Home Alone 2 never gets the love it needs. There was never any special features for it or anything like that, like making ofs. But yeah, they got some features on this. If you look at the Blu-ray is pretty stacked up. Same special features from the Family Fun edition that was released back in like 2006 or something like that, 06, 07. But yeah, I mean, like good transfer, such a classic, timeless movie. So yeah, that's my number one, Home Alone on 4K.
Kind of surprised.
This is not Scream.
Touche.
Yeah, it's obviously Home Alone is one of those few movies that I pay close attention to detail. And going back to, I remember there's a couple scenes in Home Alone that on the VHS, the DVD, the Blu-ray, I remember there's one in particular is like when he slides down the steps and he goes outside and he goes ooh, and he shakes it off. For some reason that particular scene always had a bunch of grain, and for the first time it's not there on the 4K, so it's like you can tell they really cleaned it up and paid attention to a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I thought the transfer was awesome on that movie. All right, so my number one, and from Scream Factory, it's a franchise I couldn't live without. My all-time favorite horror franchise, and this is like one of the baddest sets they ever put out, and that's the Friday 13th set. I remember back in the day when they had those issues between, what was it, Paramount and New Line or something, and you couldn't get them all together. You could only get the first 8 that Paramount had, and then the other ones you had to get a separate box set for, and that always pissed me off. And I always prayed one day, so cool to get a set of every single movie together. And then I remember I was at Best Buy one day and I saw this set, and
I used to have that too.
I'm like, oh my god, they're all together for the first time, and I'm like, holy shit! I'm looking at them, is this really all 12 of them? And I even when this came out, I couldn't get rid of this 10 set because I love this thing. But this is the type of set that I wanted, individual amrays, and the art is just so cool. I mean, it's just so damn good.
That's how it's done.
Like I said,
that was my honorable mention for number one.
That was my honorable mention too. Yeah.
The only thing that can top it. Is there anybody in this stream that doesn't have this?
I think everybody needs to own that. That's a must own. That's one of the best physical media releases ever.
Oh yeah.
I probably go back to that more than any other box set or DVD set that I own.
And it's not just what it is and how hard it was to put that together.
Yep.
Each one of those individual releases, first of all, that's how it's supposed to be done, individual cases. They all have reverse artwork. They all have bonus features. They all have new scans. It was very well made.
Even
reasonably priced.
Amray and
the posters were sick.
Posters, a booklet, the whole thing.
I love that all the way across the top. You get all the logos. Yeah, this is the set that I wanted to get. I mean, again, don't get me wrong. I love this set, and I'll never get rid of it. It's cool. But this is the set I wanted. This is something I always pictured in my head. God, if we got a set like this, it would be so cool, but we probably never will because we already have a Blu-ray set of them all. And boy, did Scream Factory shock the hell out of me when they announced this set. And I was like, oh my God. But yeah, the artwork is just perfect in my opinion. And again, this is my favorite franchise. I have marathoned this franchise so many times and it's so fun. And I'll always love Jason. The only thing I think could top this is if we ever get a 4K set of all these, that would be cool. But I mean, even if we don't, I'm happy with the Blu-ray. Yeah, this is when you said we're gonna do this top 5, I knew this was my number 1 right off the bat.
Yeah.
Thing about that
It's
is like
definitive.
they were still limited on what they could do with releasing it. Like they could only do new transfers on the first 4. Like that was part of their deal. Like they could redo the first 4, but like they didn't touch 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then like the new line ones, I was looking at this in an interview that Cliff McMillan did. They couldn't even redo transfers for the new line ones. All they could do was license discs themselves and just pop them in the cases.
Weird.
So you look like the Freddy versus Jason disc. It's the same disc from the regular Amaray release from like.
Well, yeah, but the Jason Goes to Hell, that's a new line, and that's the first time it's ever got Blu-ray. Never had a Blu-ray before that.
Well, it had like a triple pack with like
Cool.
the remake.
Yeah, just a bare bitch bones
Okay.
release.
Because I thought it said new 2K scans. I may have that wrong.
But
I
yeah,
thought
like
it was-
only the first 4 movies got the new scans, and the rest weren't even touched. And then like the new lines, they just took discs. They licensed discs and they popped them in the cases.
Yeah, I know the remake. It's the
Blu-ray with the director's cut. I thought I heard that.
the remake's the director's cut, I believe.
Yep, same thing. They took the disc, they just licensed a bunch of discs and popped them in. Same thing for that. I don't know why. I guess it's just a licensing issue. That's my guess. Like they just said, no, you can't do new transfers.
I don't have any complaints.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, I have
A 4K set would be the only way it would be better, and that may never happen. So if that never happens, it's still one of the best pieces in everyone's collection.
Ordered it, from Shout Factory to get the set with the lithograph and the poster, and I loved them. And I don't typically hang much shit up when I get it from Screen Factory because I just don't have the room. But I was gonna hang both of those up because I loved them so much. I was gonna get them signed and stuff, and I have no idea where they are. Like, I don't know if maybe Jess threw the box away or something that had the posters in it, but I have no idea where they are, and I am so mad. I have no idea what I did with them.
I have mine framed right over there. That was one of the posters that was the same size, 24 by 36, as my other posters. The other Scream Factory posters are smaller.
Yeah.
And so I don't hang them up in here because they're not the same size as my other posters, and my OCD gets pissed off. So that poster there is the same size as the other one, so it's perfect. I got it framed there in the corner, my favorite poster.
Like part 5 being my favorite one of the franchise, they didn't give us the VHS cover on that Blu-ray disc, on that case. They gave like a teaser poster art. It's not that hockey mask face that they put on the poster.
In the set?
Yeah. It's on the spine though. On the top of the spine, you can see the little white hockey mask, but like
we just got that.
Yeah, you didn't get the VHS.
What about the reverse art?
It's the other one.
Yeah.
What the hell? Why didn't we? That's weird.
It is weird.
That's
Look at the
lame.
spine, dude. It's on the spine.
Yeah, I see that.
That
There had
was
to be a reason that they couldn't do it or something.
Yeah.
If there's anybody that doesn't have that set, you can get that set now without the posters for $80, $90, $100.
Steal.
It's a
This
steal.
Worth every penny.
on that cover.
I think they made a ton of them. Like, didn't they make so many and then it was selling so well they made a shitload more?
I think it was over 30,000 pieces.
Yeah,
they
that's
made.
probably why it never really went up. I remember back in the day when the tin set was really expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that still goes for a lot.
But speaking of which, mentioning the VHS, in my opinion, like obviously this Blu-ray set is awesome, and I'd never get rid of it. But I don't have many VHS these days. Obviously, I've sold them all, but I remember I wanted to buy the Jason VHS back, and I found them. I found the whole collection, even a fake Part 12, a fake remake VHS. That's just a VHS. It's not really the movie. It's just like a custom thing somebody did, because that's the only one we never got on VHS. And I found the whole set of the original, not any of the re-releases, like the original classic VHSs from back in the day for like $100 on eBay, all 12. And I have them up on the shelf, and it's like physical media. It's like probably one of my favorite things that I own are those classic VHSs. I mean, those are the ones I've ever seen in the video store back in the day. And and you know, every now and then you got to throw a VHS on, you know, you just to get that classic look from back in the day. And that's one of my favorite pieces in my collection are all those VHSs.
Yeah, that's a great set.
Okay, for my number one, it's a little bit underwhelming, but back in 2013, they released Predator 3D with this lenticular slipcover, which I thought was really nice. But also the UK had an Amazon exclusive with this slipcover, which I thought was pretty cool. But it also came with this, which I thought was pretty good. A pretty good addition.
That's kind of neat. Yeah.
But this is an Amazon UK exclusive. And another
Alan
thing,
just left. He's like, I'm done with this. No.
I remember seeing that in your tour video, Tony. That thing is
ridiculous.
this one is actually huge. It isn't. It's not a visual thing. It's actually a pretty huge item. So this is my number one. It's very detailed, as you can tell. It's got the braids, and just the face itself.
What did that sell for originally?
I do not remember. I think I paid about, which seems very low, but I paid probably around $200 for it.
Yeah.
What's that made out of?
But it came with this also. And I like slips.
Yeah.
But that was
Made out of flesh.
It doesn't make any noise. It doesn't do anything. It just looks cool.
Oh, it does a lot. It just sits there looking at it.
Yeah.
What's up?
I wonder what this could be.
You say anything missing in the background?
There's something going on in the background. I can't really put my finger on it.
Oh, this motherfucker's heavy.
Damn.
Man, this thing's got to be 35 pounds. Easy. This is everything he's done up to a certain point. And
wow.
This thing's massive. And then, of course, you have all the different discs on the side that makes the picture.
Yeah, it makes the picture, yeah.
I'll take all these out. I'll show you the first one. I'll show you the outside of all of them.
It's every movie that he's been in and directed.
It's every movie that he's been in and directed. And he starred in and directed. So let's go. I'm not sure if these are in the right order or not. I'll take them out so much, and I'm looking at something on here, but you get the general idea. But this thing here, when I seen this, I was like, this is day one. I ordered it from overseas, from Zombie actually. And so we'll just start off with this one here. About the size of an album, like a record album. And of course, it's got the.
What was something like that new?
What's that?
How much was something like that new?
I want to say I paid like $300 something for this. It's going for around $1,000 now.
$1,000 now.
Yeah, but this right here, this is just like all the special stuff that comes with it. You got a little.
How many films are in that?
What's that?
How many films are in that?
How many movies are in this?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know, but everything's ever done.
Damn.
But you got our cards and stuff like that, and you got all that.
Is Cry Macho in that?
What's that?
Is Cry Macho in that?
No.
That's the one that's not in it.
That's the one that's missing. It's actually Cry Macho, and I have to look at the last one. I think the last one might be the Mule.
Yeah,
but
you're not missing either, you know.
But I'll show you what this is the first set here, and then this is what it looks like on the inside. all the discs.
And they're all Blu-ray.
Yeah, no, they're all Blu-ray except for like 3. There's like 3 that's on DVD.
Mm.
That never got a Blu-ray release. I'll show y'all the outside. All the insides are the same. So there's the artwork for the next one. And on the back you got a list of all the movies.
I like how it's actually from like poster font.
Yeah, I love that they use the logos for those.
Yeah.
So,
Tony, you got this, right? You can, I think it tickles Alan a little bit to have the one thing that you don't have.
yeah, getting back to that
Watching you with all those busts, just going, okay, well, we'll see how this ends.
I'm about to show some of these out of order. I don't know. And there's 2014, 2018. So anything's done after 2018, obviously. Yeah, the last thing on here is the Mule.
Okay.
So kind of fucked up my set when he kept on making movies. But yeah, like I said, my number one thing in my collection that'll probably never change. So this thing here is a special place. It always sits on that. Like I said before, if it ain't on that back shelf, call somebody. Something's wrong. So,
Have you gotten through the whole catalog?
I've seen all the movies at least once. I have not went through and watched everything on here on this disc with all the features and everything. But that's the other thing. These discs have tons of features. So not only just the movies, the features are just great. So this is the ultimate Clint Eastwood set. So yeah, pretty fantastic. I do get all the 4Ks when they come out when Kino puts them out. Kino's been putting out a ton of the 4Ks. I still get those also. But yeah, this is
the best thing to do with that set is just not handle it as much.
That's why it sits on the shelf back there.
Yeah.
So
especially with it being a white box.
yeah.
All right, we got time for an honorable mention if everybody's got a title. We'll run through the chat real quick, and then we'll do an honorable mention real quick and get out of here.
Sounds good.
You know, speaking of busts, I know one bust that Tony doesn't have. You know when they put that the movie The Cure out on Blu-ray, they had a Tommy Star bust that came with that. It goes for like $2,000.
It's a one of one. Scholar says, I would have enjoyed high school more if we had movies. Would love to watch historic movies. Yeah, I mean, scholars from Estonia, you know, it's not like you'd watch a movie every day. Maybe once a year, it'd be like, we're talking about Gettysburg, and they'd play a Gettysburg movie to kind of reinvigorate the class a little bit and get them interested in it. You know, it wouldn't be like something that happened regularly. Hello.
Hey, Jane Doe.
Everybody's saying, what's up? Skelter, I would have contacted my bank and got my money back and let the Blu-ray company deal with the bank. Yeah. Well, sometimes in the U.S. with overseas purchases, it's kind of like our banks kind of let you know that you're on your own if they don't do business in that country. And that's why we if they don't take PayPal, a lot of times people won't use an overseas company. So
I used for Turbine, I used PayPal. Thing about it is, whenever I receive my shipping notification, you don't know how long it's going to take for it to arrive with customs and everything. And I did get notification because I did get the one steelbook. I just didn't get the other 3. And so by the time it got to me, it was too late for anybody to do anything about it.
Yeah, and with PayPal, like pre-orders, I think they give you like 90 days, something like that, then they cancel.
Yeah.
Well, like when I bought those German releases of Black Xmas, I sent one to Tony and sent one to Alan. My bank contacted me right after I placed the order and said, "Hey, somebody's got your credit card. This is this is the." I'm like, no, that's me, because I ordered multiple copies of that. I ordered multiple copies of Death Sentence and something else I don't remember. And they're like, somebody's ordering tons, like a very expensive titles from overseas and German. We looked at the site, and I'm like, no, that's me. And I basically said, what's the liability there? You're on your own. Is basically what they told me. There's no recourse in Germany for us. So,
Lambs.
buyer beware, basically. And they didn't take PayPal. This site looked like straight up dark web, but it worked. I got the titles.
Yeah, sometimes you're rolling the dice.
See, very cool arrow of Henry. The Dark Sky release is plenty fine. That's a great release too. It's a
That's the
30th
one I have.
anniversary. Very affordable. It's Henry. The 4K does look good. Don't get me wrong, but that movie. I was kind of surprised that Arrow did that 4K. To be honest with you, Sydney Eubanks, Gone with the Wind. Your thoughts? Should it be a 4? I think it absolutely should be a 4K, unedited 4K at that. Everybody loves Gone with the Wind, right? Sculver, Arrow drops stuff often for standard. Yeah, Sculver and I have talked about this. The Arrow drops some bonus features for some releases.
I know I've got a couple of Arrow releases where it went from Blu-ray to 4K, and when it got to 4K, same box, everything's the same except the features were gone.
Yeah, it's a big problem for me.
Sometimes you gotta hang on to your Blu-ray.
Yep. Chris C. saying talking about the Scream Factory Friday the 13th set. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody would argue that's one of the best physical releases we've ever gotten.
Can you imagine a Nightmare on Elm Street set like that?
Yeah, I mean, the Halloween set before it, and then it's kind of a weird they didn't do a Child's Play set. Because I think if they would have done the same kind of box set, it would have sold like crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they gave us every one on 4K. Even
it's weird.
They split it all up.
Yeah.
More money that way, I guess.
I personally, listen, I don't have any evidence of this, but I think they got burned really bad on the Friday the 13th set. Because if you pay attention, that thing goes on sale for $79, $80, $85 all the time. And it's like they can't give them away now because it's like every physical media freak bought one, and now they're out of freaks to sell them to, basically. So they I feel like they have a warehouse full of them. 30,000 is a lot. That's like
they didn't charge much for them to begin with. I mean, what were they going for at first? Like 100?
First was $180 with the posters, and then it just it's little by little. It's gone down. Yeah. If you get it now for 80 and you don't have it, that's a steal. For what is it? However many movies it is. I mean, that's like $6 a movie.
Yeah.
May not. The only thing I could see would be a 4K set.
Yep.
They'll get around to it.
Yeah, there's money to be made there. It'll happen. Part 5, naked figure, VHS art 2. Yeah, the VHS art gets kind of some synonymous. Part 5. Yep. Everybody knows that picture. Jamie, we're almost done here. We're going to do our mentions and we're going to get out of here. Almost 3 hours. Talking to Tony about the set. Predator's a nice set. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, next time, don't let me go behind Tony. There's no way. It's like, I have nothing in my collection that's going to compete with the stuff he's showing.
All right. On the honorable mentions here, and we'll get out of here.
Okay. So I didn't run upstairs to get it, but I did mention it earlier in the stream. And my honorable mention, and this is something I was so excited for, and that's the Halloween, box set.
Box set.
Friday the 13th set. I mean, it's got all the individual Amarays in it. It's got everything from the original all the way to the Rob Zombie movies. This is pre-2018, before those reboots came out. The big draw for this one was that Part 6 had the producer's cut finally officially released. And the only way to get the producer's cut was in this set. You couldn't get it in the 10 disc. This is the other set that came out. This is the cheaper one.
Yeah, nice.
I do like that cover art. That's such an iconic image right there.
It's got the worn down look about it. To make it look distressed.
Yep.
Kind of like
even
what they
that
did with the Halloween 2 and Halloween
still funny.
Oh yeah, but yeah, it was cool. It was like a joint venture between all these studios and like Scream Factory and then if you remember Anchor Bay, Anchor Bay was another big partner on this one as well.
Yep.
Anchor Bay owned 1, 4, and 5. Scream Factory owned 2 and 3. Lionsgate owned 6, 7, and 8, I believe. So it was just like a one-off thing where they all made an agreement to just get the whole franchise together.
Plus Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. But the thing with this being the original plan, if you watch the interview that Christian Hanna-Horror did with Cliff McMillan, he was asking like, so why didn't the 4Ks get a box set like this? And Cliff even said, he's like, the original plan was to do a box set in 4K just exactly like this, pretty much just a re-release with 4K movies. But he's like, the rights have already reverted back to whoever had them. So obviously they could get 1 through 5, which is why they only did those individual box sets at the time. Like the
hard box.
Even those hard boxes, they could only get 1 through 5. And then Paramount ended up owning 6, 7, and 8 at this point. And they were like, no, we're not going to give them to you individually. You have to do it as a box set. So they had to do their own individual box set with 6, 7, and 8. And I feel like it was something I always thought it had something to do with like maybe they thought that Resurrection wasn't going to sell well. So like that's why they forced people to get it. And another thing was that Lionsgate now owns the rights back to the Rob Zombie ones. And they tried to get the rights to that for 4K. And Lionsgate will not give up the Rob Zombies to Scream Factory. I mean, there's rumors out there that they've got them or something, but that's the whole reason we didn't get a re-released box set of them all together, because the rights have reverted back to different companies again. So we just have to deal with what we have, 1 through 8.
That Halloween set was the first Scream Factory thing I ever bought before I even really knew what Scream Factory was. And I remember going into Best Buy specifically looking to get that small set.
Yep.
Because I thought that's all they had. And but I was still happy to get it because it had them all. So I went in and it wasn't on the shelf. And so I asked an employee, I'm like, it says that you have them in store. Like, are they in the back or something? So the guy said, oh, yeah, let me go get it. He goes in the back and he brings up the big set that I didn't even know existed. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And he's like, well, this is the set you wanted, right? I'm like, and obviously it was a lot more than the other one. But when I saw that big deluxe set, I was like, holy shit. I'm like, yeah, I want this one. I didn't even know they even had that.
Yep. And I ended up buying mine directly through Shout Factory's website. And mine came with a lithograph that's limited to 500. So I still have it in the tube. I never took it out. And that lithograph goes for like $400 or $500 on eBay.
That's insane.
And people are actually paying for it too. So
there's a box set.
Oh, yeah. There's another custom set for those 4Ks from Scream Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Courtesy of Blockbuster's box sets.
Blockbuster box sets.
Wow.
It makes you wonder why Scream Factory just didn't do their 4K collector's editions with the hard boxes. Like they look really nice on the Halloweens. Like why couldn't they just do their 4K, separate their 4Ks?
One of the many problems, one of the many mistakes they've made since they sold it.
That should be uniform.
Should have been uniform the whole way.
They give us fucking Elvira Haunted Hills.
Yeah, I've got that. That fucking slip box on that is, it's perfect.
Makes you wonder how the Halloweens and then Elvira.
I know.
That's because it seems like that they were all 4K collector's editions were originally going to be that hard box. That's why Elvira and whatever. But
yeah, they tapped out.
It's a Blu-ray.
That's a Blu-ray.
Yeah.
4K.
Yeah.
I thought they were setting a precedence. I thought they were just changing the whole look.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping. I mean, for their prices, they probably should have.
But yeah, we got the flimsiest slips. Like as much as I love Scream Factory, their slips, like the quality of their slips are garbage.
Yeah, it's cardboard.
Down, they weren't the greatest to begin with, but it's maybe they'll get it back together.
They get crushed in the mail all the time.
The corners. Yep.
See what Steve's honorable mention is.
I just snagged one really quick, but I remember I was super stoked when this first dropped because I missed the West Bend Scoter like steel books that had come out. But this is the Arrow Demons 1 and 2 like box set. But yeah, just the artwork
Elevator
on
box
this,
set.
like
sweet.
all the love that went into like putting this together. Yeah, it's got like the digipack. Yeah, and then like underneath the disc, they just have the original poster artwork.
Sweet.
It's a really cool.
And,
It's very nice.
got a hardbound book. Movie ticket.
Oh yeah, the Metropole ticket.
And yeah, like a poster. Yeah, I just thought that was a really cool release.
Yeah, it's a really nice one. All right. Mine was the box set, the Friday the 13th box set. I know Steve's was too, but I just grabbed this. I really another release I couldn't be happier with. Good price and everything, but it's the Vinegar Syndrome Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Hell yeah.
Okay. I mean, again, you got this is I don't in the hard box. That's great. Looks awesome. And inside of it, you get a slip. And then the just really nicely done, good qualities, embossed, whatever the word is. But what I really like about this, the reverse art is the Breakfast Club artwork.
Yeah.
And it is absolutely packed with bonus features.
Fuck yeah.
Multiple documentaries, again, tons of featurettes. The Horrors Hallowed Ground guy, Sean Clark, he has his little feature on this. It's also on the other TCM release. But scan looks great. I mean, this is just a great release. I think this was 36, brand new with all the bells and whistles. It's a 3-disc set. I mean, it's just that's again like the prototype for me. Artwork that's different than the slip, loaded with bonus features, preferably a making of full-length, feature-length documentary. Yeah, it's just a really good release. And even if you can't get all the bells and whistles and stuff, this is still a great release to have, just like this. If you're a fan of the movie, I think it's the definitive release.
That was such a surprise title by Vinegar Syndrome.
Yeah, kind of.
I was like, what?
It was part of that big wave of MGM titles that Scream Factory just chose not to renew.
Yeah.
And well, again, Vinegar Syndrome, that's a company that I'm critical of because, in my opinion, a lot of their titles are kind of crappy. It is what it is. But every once in a while, they'll pull one of these out, and it's a winner. And there's a ton of new features that are Vinegar Syndrome features. They went out and talked to Tom Savini and Gabe Bartalos and a bunch of other people, did new interviews and made their own featurettes. And that's what I like when companies do stuff like this.
That makes all the difference in the world.
If you're going to charge me a premium price, give me a premium product.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is an example of that. And so that's the kind of thing I like. Well, Tommy's going to smoke. We're going to go to everybody else, and hopefully Tommy's done by the time.
So
we'll mention.
I got the Rambo set also, First Blood.
Yeah.
With steel book also.
Mm-hmm.
But they also did Leon the Professional.
Oh, that's a cool set.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Very nice with the steel book.
In the corner of that box is like you can punch that label out. I mean, what is the deal with the code?
Like on there, you can peel it off.
You peel it off.
It'll pull off, yeah. And then
that's
lastly, they did the Fifth Element.
Oh damn!
And of course, all of these are numbered at the bottom, and it came with this really nice looking steel book.
Yeah, that's pretty.
So those
cool.
would be my honorable mentions.
Right on. What you got on?
Well, I have the Star Wars and of course the Friday the 13th. The other one I had pulled that honorable mention is going to be the Game of Thrones. This is the metal steelbook set, and Tony can appreciate that. You got the numbers at the top.
Yep.
So this thing is very clean on the shelf. You got, this is all debossed or embossed, what you call it, and it's got all the houses represented. You've seen the show. The top's got the Game of Thrones and all that's embossed. All the steelbooks, you know, just a real clean looking.
Yeah,
Pull it
that's a
out. They're
cool
all
set.
pretty much that. So
How,
just a
how's
very
the
clean
other-
set. Let's get on the shelf.
how's the new show? What's the new show like?
I like season 1.
Season 2, I think, starts Sunday. I'm gonna rewatch the first season because I've seen it once, and I kind of want to get it fresh in my mind before I watch the second season. It started slow for me, but they got much better last 3 or 4 episodes. So, but yeah, this is a great release of Game of Thrones. Top 3 show for sure. So
It's a nice set.
I love those metal steelbook sets.
Yeah, they really dropped the fucking ball the last season of that show.
Yeah.
Dude, that last season's a mess.
Yeah, like I rewatched the entire series like during the pandemic, and I was expecting it to like drop off. Like I kept waiting, and then like it got all the way up to the 7th season or whatever, and then just completely shit the bed.
The characters all change. Everybody does things they would never do.
Season 8.
Yeah.
Dog shit.
Well, I grabbed my honorable mention and brought it outside with me. But it's
Don't break anything. Oh yeah, I remember that set.
Yeah, man, that's a cool set.
I think again, Karate Kid is just an all-time favorite franchise of mine. I'm like just obsessed with the show with Cobra Kai. But 2 things I love about this set is this is like my favorite type of artwork that they do on things where it's like a collage, kind of like how Scream Factory does that, like on the back. You know how they get like all the characters all collaged together like that. I think that's so cool looking. And the other thing that's cool about it is the fact that not a lot of sets do this, but each movie you get a slip on each one.
Individual slip, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they all it's all the original poster art, and then the back the back all matches.
I don't know how hard that is. Like, why can't you just do a box set? It should be all individual cases.
Yeah.
And if you want to put individual slips on, that's cool too. But I mean, it's like, why do we need to compress and stack discs and do all this shit that they do?
I just don't think they care.
Yeah, I don't think they know what they're selling. Yeah.
They don't know who they're selling to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess at the end of the day, most people don't care because there's still idiots out there that there'll be a DVD for $20, and then there'll be a DVD Blu-ray digital for $20, and people will buy the DVD still. It's like, but yeah, that Karate Kid set's badass. I love that set. I was debating between that and another honorable mention for me will probably be the Home Alone paint can set that came out years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I love that set. You get all the movies. The first 2 are on Blu-ray, and then the other 3 are on DVD. But who really cares about the other 3? But you got like, 3 was okay. I mean, it's the first one that had nothing to do with Kevin and shit, but it was okay. But you get like the battle plan map with it. You get like the spider, a globe, and it all comes in a paint can, and it's a pretty cool set. I've had it for years, and Craig, I think I bought you that, didn't I?
You did. It was a gift from you.
Yeah. So
one I'm surprised didn't get mentioned was any of the lenticulars from Blue Underground. I had this here. This was going to be one of mine if somebody didn't.
That is a sick fucking lenticular.
Blu-ray lenticular sets. They had a whole line of them, and they were all cool. Like, it didn't make the list because the bonus features are not that great on this. It's a lot of interviews. There's really no documentary. I don't know. It was just kind of like thrown together, but the slip obviously is what sold it.
That's the only one that I'm missing is that one that you got.
Well, Tony, I can hook you up. I'll upgrade the Blu-ray. I'm not that attached to it.
Hey, if anybody wants to hook me up with that Rambo Steelbook set, go ahead.
All right, doesn't matter. But we'll catch up with the chat and we'll get out of here. Chris C. talking about the Demon set. It's a very nice set.
Yeah, that set as well. It's really nice.
Yeah.
How do you pull that off the shelf?
Carefully.
And keep it together.
I keep mine sealed.
That one I usually like keep stacked, but like laid down.
Yeah.
There's another one that's similar to that. That's the Oh Boy Aero release, and it opens up the elevator.
Yeah.
You got that one for Vinegar Syndrome. What is it?
Waterhouse.
Slaughterhouse. Same the elevator, whatever it is. Also, a pain in the ass to take off the shelf.
Yeah, I guess it's not the most practical, but I don't know. I just like the design.
It's a cool design with a split face.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been a good one for the Thing, the face splitter.
Yeah, yeah, that would have been cool.
Christie TCM, that's a great addition. Yeah, like I said, even without the slips and stuff, I think that's a really good release.
Now they gave it a little bit more love with the artwork.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that. I'm a fan of TCM too, but I really enjoyed going through the features and Tom Savini and all that stuff. They talk about the layer and all the set pieces and all that. It was really interesting the way they did it and how how involved it was and how they had to fill that whole area full of stuff and what a pain in the ass it was. Chrissy Roadhouse was a great VS release, absolutely.
That came close to making my
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, that's 3 hours. We did it. Appreciate everybody coming on. Make sure you subscribe to Tony and Alan and Tommy, and check out Steve and Craig on Instagram. Tony's pushing for 10,000 right now, so hopefully he hits it soon. If you're not subscribed to Tony, I don't know what the hell you're doing, frankly, but go subscribe to Tony. Tommy's always putting out new content, new hauls and stuff. Alan eventually is going to come back to YouTube one of these days. He keeps getting called back. Yeah, he's going to start putting videos out again any day now. Yeah, I appreciate everybody coming on. Happy Father's Day, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks for coming, guys. Later.
Adios.